in Lahore. There's a bit of a crowd here as well, and we're all set for the next double header that starts shortly. And I've got Sana Mead and Dominic Cook here with me. And we're all set. Dom, we've got a bit of a crowd here this morning.
Good crowd behind. Let me just tell you, if Tino was sitting here, it'd be too hot. But you've got three cool cats here today. It is quite warm. There's a little bit of a breeze as well. And let's look at the summary from yesterday. Remember, the Giants needed to win yesterday. They did. They played 3 from 3 and lost 3. They took on the Raiders. They bowled well in the end. 128 all out. 3 wickets for Mohammed Ibtisam. 3 wickets as well for Matthew Tromp, who just keeps getting better and better. In reply, well, chasing that, they had to win. Simple, they had to win. Within 18 overs, they got there with 129 for 6. Chevon Daniel with a half century. And Uzair Mumtaz, the captain, 56 not out, meant that the Giants won by 4 wickets.
Right.
And another important game, that was the Gawada Sharks and Bhawarpur Royals. That was brilliant, that the way Royals got the better of Sharks yesterday. Sharks started off well, but couldn't end. Actually, their power play was the biggest mistake for them, but overall, Chavez and Tayyab Arif, they was brilliant with the bat.
They really were. They played with 3 changes yesterday, and another captain stepping in, Arham Nawab, who was fantastic to see.
Yeah, I think Tayyab Arif has been extremely impressive. Just 16 years of age, coming from Sialkot. The maturity in his batting and the class he showed Dominic, it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a good innings by the young man. Remember, making his debut, I thought it was excellent. I thought the first shot to get off the marker, extra cover drive, was absolutely magnificent. I know I talked about the Giants and how much they wanted to win as well. The Sharks, well, they could have nailed their position in the top 2 yesterday. They didn't.
Right.
So they slipped down to 3rd. So, you know, they obviously have got a game left in hand. The Royals obviously went up to 3rd as well. So ultimately, this is a must-win weekend for a lot of teams. Obviously, the Hunters can be the spoilers. The Giants win today and win well, and hope the Raiders lose. They get into that top 4. The Royals could go to the top. And that's important because I get then 2 chances to go through the final.
Well, we'll talk about the permutations and the qualifying conditions shortly. But, you know, we're at that point in this league now where just winning or losing is not the important factor. It's how you win now that really matters, because you're not just fighting for those points, you're also trying to get that run rate to improve so that you have better chances to be in that top 2. And a great game of cricket ahead of us today, 2 great games in fact. Right now, Tino Mavoyo is ready to tell us about that pitch.
Pitch report time for this afternoon game here at the Gaddafi National Stadium. I've just taken a few minutes here with the Hidayatullah, who's the head groundsman, just to find out his expert opinion and his thoughts on how the surface is going to play. In the PJL, we are using pitch number 1 today, and it's the first time that we've used it in this competition. It was used twice against England, so underneath, well rolled and firm conditions. If you take it and look at it in face value, the best that I've seen throughout the pitches we've used in the competition. It's nice and dry, a few cracks there, which tells you that underneath the surface is hard. Tinge of green and a slight sparseness of grass also will just hold that pitch together. I expect what we've seen throughout the competition, seamers getting a little bit of bounce, a bit of movement, and the spinners as well, just getting the ball to slide on. We haven't seen too much turn. It's a fantastic pitch. I expect plenty runs out of here. The teams that have chased here have won more games, 2 of those, and one that batted first and won the game. It's a good batting surface. I think the captain who wins the toss, doesn't really matter whether you bat or bowl first. The conditions are good. Make sure that you bat well in that middle period and make sure that you get the partnerships going. In terms of temperature, 31 degrees at the moment. It's pretty warm, but there's a nice breeze across the stadium. That'll make conditions ideal for the players.
Thank you, Tino. It is indeed warm and there is a slight breeze. Let's see how much of a factor the weather will be. Right now, let's talk about the Gujranwala Giants. Now, the Hunters are pretty much out of the game mathematically, but the Giants still have that bleak chance to make it to the next stage, of course, to the playoffs. Let's take a look at the permutations, the scenarios that the Giants will be hoping for, fighting for to make it to the playoffs.
Of course, I think the first thing is they need to win this game. That's the first thing, and they need to win it well. Under 17 runs, if they are 17 overs, if they are chasing the target. So that would be a very important thing, and then they will be looking at the next game. If the Raiders need to lose for the Giants to qualify, so you don't want to be in a position where you're depending on another team's results. But that is where they are at. But for first, they need to win this.
I think, just to slightly simplify it, I think Giants and the Raiders, obviously we're looking at 5 and 4. I think both sides will want to chase. So it'll be important if they win the toss, they'll look to bowl first, and hope if they lose the toss, they're still batting second.
Well, let's find out which of the two teams are going to be bowling on this pitch right now. Sikandar Bakht is ready with the two captains.
It's match 13 at the Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore of the Pakistan Junior League. And we've got our two teams, our match referee, Mr. Ali Naqvi, the two captains, Hyderabad Hunters, Saad Beg, Gujranwala Giants, Uzair Mumtaz. And Saad has the coin and he'll flip it.
Heads.
Heads is the call. And it is tails. Saad, you won the toss. सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए कि क्या करेंगे?
हम पहले बैटिंग करेंगे।
बैटिंग करेंगे। ओवरऑल आपका रन अच्छा रहा है, जीत इतनी नहीं मिल पाई, बट एक्सपीरियंस अपना बताइए एज अ टीम इन द टूर्नामेंट, बिकॉज आपकी लास्ट अपीयरेंस है यहाँ।
जी बिल्कुल, जैसे कि आपको पता है कि एक बहुत बड़ा इवेंट है जूनियर्स के लिए, तो हमें काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को मिला है और इंशाल्लाह जो हमसे गलती होंगी कवर करेंगे इंशाल्लाह, जो हमारा नेक्स्ट ईयर है, जो भी हमारा प्रोग्राम होता है।
खासा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कि जब टीम किसी टूर्नामेंट से जा रही हो ऑन अ विनिंग नोट जाए, तो कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है ये मैच एज अ टीम और एज अ कैप्टन आपके लिए?
जी बिल्कुल, इसमें तो हम लोग जो भी पिछला हुआ है पास तो कोई याद नहीं रखें, ज़्यादा बेहतर है, क्योंकि हमारा आखिरी मैच हम लोग अच्छा इंपैक्ट देके जाएं, दूसरी साइड को हम बता के जाएं कि हम लोग एक अच्छी टीम है और हमारा जो प्लेयर्स हैं सब में एक अच्छा पोटेंशियल है।
ठीक, पहले बैटिंग कर रहे हैं, फ्रेशली लेट सरफेस, इसमें मैच हुआ नहीं है, क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, टोटल डिफेंड कर सकते हैं?
हम जिस तरह की पिछला 170 to 175।
चलिए, गुड लक टू यू। स्पीक टू उज़ैर मुमताज़ नाउ। उज़ैर, शायद आप चेज ही करना चाहते हैं, जिस सिचुएशन में टीम है वो आपके लिए ज़्यादा बेहतर है।
जी हमने बॉलिंग ही करनी थी, पहले
बॉलिंग करनी थी। ओवरऑल अब ये मैच जो है बिल्कुल डू और डाई, आपके आउटसाइड चांस है, कुछ कैलकुलेशंस हैं जिसके तहत आप जा सकते हैं प्लेऑफ्स में। क्या हिकमत अमली अपना रहे हैं एज अ कैप्टन, क्या बता रहे हैं लड़कों को?
जी बस यही है, पहले तो हम मैच जीतने जाएंगे, तो कैलकुलेशन यही है जो बताया हुआ है कि जिस टारगेट से जीतना है तो इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे।
क्या तब्दीलियां लाए टीम में?
सेम टीम है,
सेम टीम खिला रहे हैं।
हाँ जी,
चलिए, गुड लक टू यू।
थैंक यू।
So match 13, it's Hyderabad Hunters who won the toss and they're batting first.
Right, so the Hunters are batting first. Sana, take us through that lineup.
Yeah, it's the last game for them in the tournament, and they have lost all games, so they have made 3 changes to their team. Hassan Iqbal and Afaq Khan, who came as batters in the last game, are out. Salman Ahmed is in, Ibrahim Masood is in, and James Wood is out. And for him, Asai Khan, he comes back into the team. He bowled well. I'm happy that he's back. Salman Ahmed we have not seen before, so hopefully he can contribute. They had no problems with the power play. They are the best team in the power play, Saad Beg and Arbaz Khan at the top. It's the middle order that's the problem. Hopefully with the addition of Salman Ahmed, they can rectify that.
The best team in the power play against the worst team in the power play in the Giants. I know they're chasing. I think they'll be happy with that. They'll hope that Ali Ashband and Mohammed Ibtisam can start well with the ball. 2 wickets and 3 wickets in their game yesterday. And they are relying a lot on their captain, Uzair Mumtaz, with that 56 not out, and Shevon Daniel with that 50 not out. Look, they've got it in their own hands now. They'll know at halfway points what they need to do to get above run rate. So in some ways it's worked out perfectly. Well, let's see how this game goes.
And I just want to add Hamza Nawaz, he got run out yesterday. He's got a very healthy average, 100 run average in the domestic. So hopefully he can also come to the fore and they can look a pretty good team.
Well, let's find out what the Hunters are able to put on that board, because whatever it will be, they'll have to make sure that they win tonight with a good margin to end their journey on a positive. Let's find out more about the Hunters all-rounder Ali Nasir, who really impressed in the last match.
Hi, my name is Ali Nasir. I'm currently 18 years old and I play for the UAE Under-19 team. opportunity to play around the world. Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, Abdul Razak is one of the best all-rounders in the world, and I try and copy his batting and copy his bowling because he's like me. He bats in the middle order and he also bowls right on medium pace. So yeah, I try and learn from him. Obviously, my mom and my dad, they've really played like a big role in my cricketing journey. But I think cricket-wise, I'd say Ben Stokes because I try and play like he does.
Well, it's nice to hear that obviously his hero is Ben Stokes. And I like that because he's a very good all-rounder and hopefully he can carry on that. What I'm looking forward to today, look, it's a hot day. We know that, but I'm looking forward to hearing this crowd who are behind us and are cheering even now. I love to see that. Obviously, I've been blessed that I've done quite a few PSLs and this ground has been rocking at times. I think the Gaddafi Stadium, when it does get a bit fuller, it is a good atmosphere. Let's hope that these two times, look, the Hunters have to turn up today. They've got nothing to lose. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's a lovely crowd indeed. It's the weekend today, so it's good to see the school kids have all come and joined us in Gaddafi Stadium. Sana and Dom, I'll catch up with you guys shortly. That's all from us here, and let's go and start with the action now. Over to Tino Mavoyo and Mike Hazeman.
Hello everybody, here we go. This is an important game. Match number 13. Hyderabad Hunters versus Gujranwala Giants. Now, of course, the Giants, they've got plenty to play for at the moment. The Hunters, well, they're looking to spoil a few plans. That's what they want to do. And we're coming to you live from a very warm Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. At 31 degrees was what Tino was telling us at the pitch report. So that is warm indeed. There's not too much humidity, so that's okay. And this guy needs to score runs. He started off nicely, got 30 in the first game, got 60 in the second game, but has fallen away since then. See that Saad's total runs scored is 106 only. So he certainly needs to step up, and I'm sure he'll enjoy batting on this surface. I'm a little surprised about their decision to bat first after winning the toss, and we'll talk about that in a sec. Rana, 50 runs so far. You would have thought that after they elected to bat first in their last outing and didn't play very well and got shot down quite comfortably, you would have thought that they would have changed their plans, because batting last on these surfaces seems to be the way to go. But what that has done is it's handed these guys, the Giants, a little bit of a lifeline, because they will know exactly what they need to do by the halfway mark of this game to qualify for the playoffs. So it's 6 on the table, the Hunters, and 5, the Giants. Tino's alongside me. Tino, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mikey. Hey, talking about the Hunters. Looking to bat first, surprising you. They did bat first in their second game. They got a big total, so maybe that's why.
Right, Tina, for those that didn't see your pitch report a little while ago, just tell us a little bit more about this surface.
Yeah, it looks a good surface. Almost a bit of a sheen on it. Not too much grass. Those cracks there underneath. Not opening up too much. It's really a good flat surface, and I did say that I don't think it really matters whether you bat or bowl first on the surface. It's going to be the same throughout, and I think ideal conditions to get some runs on the board.
Yeah, I think the track we had the last couple of days was really good, and I think this one looks spot on as well. A little bit of movement in the air, that's nice to see. Bit of pace as well. Nice long follow through, nice and direct to the batsman.
Yeah, definitely some pace in the pitch, and we've seen that consistently throughout. Hazy, really do have to give kudos to all those that have been involved in preparing these pitches. Consistently good surfaces and matches almost every day, and so far up until now.
Bitson's got the most wickets for the Giants so far, with half a dozen. He's got an action which is quite interesting. I think he's one of those bowlers that if you haven't seen him before, the surface is good and it's going to come on nice and truly. If you haven't seen him before, it's all a little bit arms and legs at the last minute. He falls away just a fraction. I don't think there's anything dramatically wrong with the action. Don't get me wrong. I've said this so many times over the years. I'm all about unorthodox stuff when cricket. And I just think it's nice when you see things that are a little bit different. So if you haven't faced him before, you might just be a little bit surprised initially in your endeavour to try and pick up that ball as early as possible upon release.
Here's a closer look at his action. Nice and relaxed coming into the crease. Going from the wide angle to the left-hander, wanting to get that ball just to go across him and then angle back into him.
Lovely follow through too. He looks like 100% to me. That's what we've seen throughout this tournament so far. Gives everything. He's going to have to reload and bowl that one again. A little bit of early exercise for the umpire. Let's have a look at 3 wickets that he picked up in an earlier game against the Raiders. Tidy figures, 3 for 23. And that's a sight they like to see, of course. The quicker bowlers knocking back that leg stump. Oh, that's nicely bowled too. Outside, looking to play that a little bit square on the offside. Normally in a situation at the start, you'd be looking to play the V, I think, and look to play down the line of that rather than a little bit square. He has been struggling a little bit of late, like I mentioned that earlier. But he's an important cog as far as Hyderabad are concerned.
No, Hazy, I agree with you. Down the ground's a better option from here because that covering is packed with fielders. Mid-off, 3 in the covering, and then a backward point.
And a very good opening over. Just the one wide, but still 1 for none. As a look at the lineup for the Hunters and the Giants, and there's the changes as well. Ahmed, Trone and Masuda in for Iqbal, James and Khan for the Hunters, and no change at all for the Gujranwala Giants. They're obviously feeling fairly comfortable with the bunch that they've got out there and backing them to get them to qualify. That's the aim of the Giants today. It's quite simple. Aspinwall. A little bit leg side. Oh, it's got through the keeper as well. So there's bonus runs.
Yeah, not the start that you would have wanted. Wide from Aspinwall. I've noticed throughout the Pakistan Junior League that just takes his time to find his radar on his first over.
Right, let's have a look and see exactly what needs to happen here for the Giants. Now, for the Giants to qualify, they need to chase down in just under 17 overs, 16.5 overs. Before the toss, it was a matter of winning by 24 runs or chase down that target in 16.5. But there's absolutely no doubt with the Hunters winning the toss and batting first, they've made it a lot easier for the Giants because they can control things when they're batting. Oh, that's not a bad delivery, perhaps a little bit high. Maybe a bit of willow involved as well. We'll have to wait and see what the man with the purple shirt lets us know. Oh, big bye.
Just looking at those permutations, Mikey, I think if I was in the dugout, I'd be a lot happier chasing. You know what you need to get, you know when you need to get it.
Yeah, when you're batting and you're chasing down a target, you're in control. You know if you need to send someone in to try and get some quick runs, you can play around with the batting order as well. When the surface is good, which this one's going to be, when it's nice and true, you can step on the gas when you really need to. Providing you don't lose wickets right at the top, then it makes it a little bit easier. Around the wicket from Aspinwall. Nice to see these young guys, by the way, having no issues whatsoever in looking to bowl over the wicket or around. Nice good morning to Zick Motor Oil. Unveil the reel, pull the label and win via a lucky draw. Every week prizes worth millions. Nice to have them on board always. Zick, well done guys. Well, that's gone straight through. Straight through and screamed away for 4. Might have a finger on the ball as well.
Wow. This has gone quickly. Hard into the ground. He really should have stopped it. It wasn't that far over his head. It's sloppy. And I think it's because it's gone so quickly and he struggled to pick that up. He's not happy.
Yeah, hard into the ground on the square. That's why it disappeared very smartly towards backward square. But yeah, he was definitely caught by surprise. Wasn't expecting it to come that quickly, and end result was a 4. So 10 runs off this over now and halfway through it. Hyderabad Hunters have had the best average in the power play of all teams. Quite extraordinary that they are where they are.
That one just not going through to the keeper as well as we've seen, and it's because he's bowled across seam. And that's why. Good option. If it is cross seam and it lands on the shiny side, just skids on like that. Sometimes if you get to hit the seam, you get a bit of extra bounce.
Pick that up. Not that much wrong with the ball, actually. It's just a wonderful, wonderful stroke.
Now this one's a bit too short. Bit too short. Fielder's in the circle. He's cleared the front foot and put that away for a good boundary.
Spot of tennis, Tino. Where the swimming pool we talked about yesterday, we thought we might have a dip, maybe some tennis this afternoon. Nice weather for it.
Lovely complex out here. 2 overs gone, 15 for no loss.
Saturday. Nice to see the school kids in again. Free entry for all fans. And there's also a lucky draw for selfies with the team mentors. Like they're loving it.
I think they've just seen themselves on the big screen. Enjoying themselves. Crowd coming in.
Cries of catch it. Didn't get hold of that at all. Not a bad shot at the stumps. I think he would have been okay. Side.
I was just about to say, I hope that ball's hit somewhere near the bottom of the bat, because that swing and where the ball's gone, which is almost nowhere, doesn't make sense. And it is. It's gone and hit right at the bottom of the bat. Threw the shot sooner than the ball was there.
Yeah, Rana it was, who was going to the danger end with a big stretch to the crease. These guys have got some serious issues with their boot laces. I've noticed that throughout this tournament. There'll be some assistance required there unless he trips over it. Oh, he's picked up that beautifully. That is a wonderful stroke, and that's gone one bounce for 4, right out of the screws.
Well, he's made one thing apparent in the last couple of overs. Don't bowl short to him. First shot in the last over, not as convincing as that, but this has come out the middle. Well in front of square, which shows you that he's on the ball in good time, in total control.
I suppose you could say he's laced that one. It's got a nice organised technique. Side bag. Just got a little bit of a trigger move. Oh, now we've got he spotted it. Yep. There we go. Tied together.
I don't know what the issue is with these boys and their boot laces. It's a pity we didn't start a count of this when the tournament started, because really you barely go through an innings without a couple of guys needing some boot laces tied up again.
I blame the parents. It's a nice shot to the covers. Yeah, but his technique, he's just got a little bit of a trigger movement. His left hand is always lovely to watch them play. He just a little bit of a shuffle across and a half a step back. There we go, just have a look at this, just not much of a movement, just a little bit, there we go. The only problem he might have with that trigger movement, and a lot of players do get trapped with it when they're not in good form, and we mentioned that he started well and he struggled with the runs, and that plays funny things with your mind. Sometimes you make that trigger movement a little bit too late and you're on the move when the ball is on the way to you, but it looks like he's sussed that out and he's moving nicely in time. There's a bit of a dip at that.
Yeah, definitely. It being a weekend, the crowds have started to come in a lot sooner, and we look forward to them filling up.
Saw a lovely shot on social media, actually. I think it was yesterday, when Trump was picking up his wickets. The relatives were watching him in Johannesburg, in Sydney, in the States as well. His mum, of course, was here, and they were all in split screens watching him on a post. Oh, they might be able to double up. Yep, they will be able to. It just shows this broadcast is going all over the place, and I'm sure appreciated everywhere to watch these youngsters. Let's just have a look at where it is going. Of course, PTV Sports throughout Pakistan, Willow TV in North America, Sky New Zealand, and then of course live streaming partners as well. So if you want to check some serious under 19 talent, you can certainly log in or switch on. Three overs gone, 22 for none. Hyderabad Hunters again have started off nicely. Their average score on the power play, runs per over, has been just over the 8 mark, 8.2. It's weird that they're at the bottom of the table, but the reason for that is that they've relied on the guys at the top, and they've often got the team off to a good start, but they've then failed to capitalise on those middle orders. The other thing which hasn't helped them, I think, is the fact that they've made lots of changes in their batting lineup throughout this tournament. And through not scoring enough runs, their bowlers have been put under pressure. Daniel now from Sri Lanka.
Now we know how well he does with the bat in hand. It'll be interesting to see his exploits with the ball. Bit of a discussion going on between umpire and player. Not sure what's going on out in the middle.
Right, we're not totally sure what's happening at the moment. I think they're chatting about a fielder who's gone off the park without informing the umpire. I would have thought that's something that we could have sorted out maybe after a couple of balls rather than just stop play and everything come to a standstill. I think any sport in the world is competing with eyeballs around the place. You've got to make sure you keep things moving and keep things moving nicely. Right, here we go. Daniel now. Just a little bit of off spin. Haven't seen too much off spin throughout this tournament. They've only picked up 12 wickets at an average of 34 off spin bowlers, compared to left arm orthodox bowlers, 34 wickets of 17.7. It's a marked difference.
Left-hander. Mid-wicket and long on are the two fielders on the boundary. Acres of space in front of square on the onside.
Quick mention of another sponsor, Kingdom Valley. Go to Kingdom Valley official Facebook page and get a chance to win exciting prizes. With a bit of luck, you can be the next winner.
He's got to keep his line pretty straight here, Siobhan Daniel, because no fielders on the offside on the boundary for protection. That's exactly what he's doing. He realizes that himself. Pretty flat getting that ball through to the batter as quickly as possible.
Good 16 dot balls for Saad Beg now. Throughout this innings of just 20 balls. He's one of those batsmen who needs to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Oh, they quite like this a little bit, actually. It's a bit of a delayed question to the man at adjudicating side on for that run out. Beg was having to get the strides in very quickly. It was a slow touch and turn.
It's a good return throw when he eventually gets himself to his home base in good time. 4 overs gone, 25 for no loss.
Oh my goodness, we've got some field hockey going on as well. Of course, Pakistan in days gone by have been sensational hockey players and very successful at the Olympics. It is quite a remarkable complex around the Gaddafi Stadium. So 4 overs gone, 25 for no loss at the moment. That run rate is just starting to drop off a fraction. Rana on strike. Asfan now.
Asfan's been very handy with the ball for the Giants throughout the competition. And here's a beautiful shot of the wonderful city of Lahore. Really has been an enjoyable time out here throughout the competition.
Nice fun to open the bowling yesterday. Not so today, surprised us all a little bit, but he did a reasonably tidy job at the top.
We haven't seen a lot of the spinners, Hazy, bowling in the power play, let alone opening the bowling. When you consider the fortunes of the spinners or the effect they've had on the game when they've come in even after the power play, you would have expected that a lot sooner in the competition we would have seen them bowling earlier.
Oh, a little bounce, a little bit of turn, and found maybe the shoulder, the edge of the bat. Popped up. Safe enough, though.
Now, definitely just a bit of extra bounce.
Advancing. And hitting to a standard mid-on, but he was at long on, so no real drama for Rana.
Now, he was definitely looking to go up and over mid-off. Got through to the ball a bit earlier than he would have liked, and because of that, the back face just closed on the ball.
3 runs off this over. Ali Asfand was the first ever pick in the PJL. I think the Giants will be pretty pleased the way they've just curbed this run flow right now. That over's just gone for 4, 5 gone, 29 for none.
Five gone, 29 for no loss, Hyderabad Hunters. For those of you just joining us, Hunters won the toss, decided to bat first. And works for the Giants because they are in a position that they are better off chasing so that they know exactly how quickly they need to get the target in front of them. Lifts that one, should be out. Oh, just over that fielder. For a moment I thought he'll be in play. That's a boundary.
That's Saad Beg, the captain. He has been really good in the power play. The Hunters generally score 8.20 thanks to their captain Saad Beg. But this time, the Giants have kept them quiet. Relatively quiet.
They almost bumped into each other, the two batters. Look at that. Oh, this is the one where they almost had the catch.
Not sure Moiz Rana being promoted up the order. He didn't look quite comfortable in the last match when he played as an opener.
Oh, he almost got himself stumped. I think he's got a bit of bat onto that. That's the deflection that saved him. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. Now, yes, it's come off the bat.
Siobhan Daniel bowling in the second match, and that too in the power play. He's got pace on the ball while he spins it to the right-hander. Takes the outside edge. The length was really good. If there was a slip, it could have been a really good delivery.
Just beating point, getting a boundary on the last ball of the power play. 42 for no loss, Hyderabad Hunters.
That will give him some confidence. The last boundary was off the edge. This one, better shot, good execution. And Siobhan Daniel, as an off spinner, you don't want to be hit outside off. 13 runs of this over. After 6, 42 for naught.
That'll be the official signal now for the end of the power play. It's a bit of a surprise for me. Gujranwala Giants have had players who are good all-round cricketers. You know, Siobhan Daniel with the bat, and he can bowl a bit. Uzair Mumtaz with the bat, he can bowl a bit. They've just not been able to finish games off in their favour to grab those 2 points. Scoring 179 in one of the games and just not being able to defend that. How many times have we seen scores in the excess of 175? Runs here, good stop that, good stop.
They have made a lot of changes in their batting and bowling. This time, an excellent save in the field. This is exactly what they need if they want to qualify for the top 4. They have not used Siobhan Daniel with the ball before, but now give 2 overs in the power play when it's such an important power play, and especially against a team who has been the highest scorer in the power play. So the planning is not as efficient as it should be.
Why we see Siobhan Daniel bowling now, or Uzair Mumtaz maybe, is because they've added an extra batter yesterday, Azanoves. So they've sacrificed a spinner or a bowler and using the part-timers to use that quota of 4.
Yes, that happens when you falter in the batting. You kind of keep adding more batters and start compromising your bowling. And as a captain, as a think tank, you have to really think about what you need to do. Because you really don't want to weaken one area that's been working for you to compensate the other one.
You can go on to the Decode official smartphone partner, PJL 2022. The social media page will help you get to win fabulous prizes. Just 3 runs of the over, 45 for no loss. This is where we stand. This is just shaping up now. 2 things that we need to look at. 1, if Gujranwala Giants can qualify in the top 4, and 2, the rest of the games will decide who finishes 1 and 2, because qualifier 1 gives you the opportunity to have a go at the final twice.
And you see the points table. The Hunters are out. Giants have a chance if they win today and Raiders lose to Bhavalpur. They can still make it to the top 4.
You expect a bit more flamboyant and free approach from the Hunters now. There are 2 things that play on their mind. 1, they don't want to lose 5 out of 5. That's so important. But at the same time, there is no pressure of qualification here.
And the other thing is that they have been doing well in the power play. It's this middle period where from over number 7 to 15, where they have been losing the most wickets. So how do they approach these overs now? Both the batters seem set. Saad Beg has been the main contributor. Does he go for the bowlers for more runs, or should it be the responsibility of Moiz Rana?
This is one thing I've noticed, because doing tosses, most of the captains, when they come out and they decide to bat first, they say, we're looking at 170. But hardly we've seen anyone getting even close to that. Even now, if you look at it, they'll score, if they want 170, they've got to score 10 runs and over from here.
Yes, that's a very good point. I do think that the pitches that the groundsmen have prepared, they were 150 plus, 160 plus pitches, but then the whole batting unit has to perform like that. The issue is, this is a tournament where players are young, and of course they are learning. So we see a couple of batters, or maybe 3, doing really well, but in phases, not the entire 20 overs. So for you to reach that 170 mark in T20, it's very important that you play well in all 3 phases: the power play, the 7 to 15 overs, and then the death overs.
Yeah, totally with you on that. Especially that 7 to 15 is that period where you lay the foundation, and that has somewhat been ignored. He's made room for himself. Is it an opportunity? Got fingers to it. It's gone to the boundary for 4. That was an effort from Siobhan Daniel.
And that's the 50 for Hyderabad Hunters after 8:53 for naught. Saad Beg, the captain, trying to accelerate the run rate. Siobhan Daniel misjudged it, ran forward, overran on that one, and then tried to go back before it was too late.
Haven't lost a wicket yet. Good to see that they are trying to keep that run rate moving on. Just above 6.5 at the moment with the kind of shot Saad just played. He's created that boundary, moving away from the stumps and just opening the face inside out. Trump is into the attack. He was the best all-rounder in the previous game for them. Bowled so well, 3 for 19 in his best, of course, and that was in the previous outing. His variations will surely test both Muiz and Saad.
And he starts well, right, full and straight there. And he's well supported by his mother, who has flown all the way from US to watch him play. That's the last drop chance from Siobhan Daniel. And Saad, he's relieved.
When we talk about dropped catches, it'll be a big number in the tournament. Lots of them. Some of them have been absolute shockers. Over a period of time, you will see these young men gather more experience and just absorb the pressure. That's well fielded. Has he touched the rope with his back boot? Yes, he's signaling a 4. The fielder has signaled a 4. Again, this is a clear case of how they need to learn.
But this was a really good shot. If you get 4 on this shot, I'm not too bothered. But just look at the overall technique. He couldn't stop himself. He was still in contact with the ball. The ball was in his hand while he was touching the ropes. But good on his part that he gave away the 4 before even umpires had to look for it.
They've got to do better than that, Sana. It's the game where they can actually qualify. We've seen a drop chance and a boundary, and again this fielding, another boundary. Chance for the players to win. 10,000 rupees as a cash reward from Osaka Battery Tonic. All they need to do is hit this Osaka Power Tonic board. If I was playing, I wouldn't be able to help doing that.
That's why you don't wear shoes with laces?
I do have laces, but they're tied permanently when I bought them. I tie them up and put some glue. You notice Saad Beg tries to make room, but he prefers playing everything in the V. Even if the ball is in his short earlier, you saw the horizontal bat and he's punched it to long on.
They have 10 wickets in hand and both are going run per over, run per ball. That's an opportunity, but no, it will drop short. So that's where I think they can improve. At least one of the batters need to go ahead of the kind of number of deliveries that they have played.
Yeah, even that shot, the conviction, he didn't really complete the shot. And he could easily have handed that ball to long on for a catch. It was there in the slot. He could have gone through with the shot, completed. It's just that hesitation somewhere. Dot ball. 7 of the over. 60 for no loss. You know, when you look at this performance, no wickets down. You remember yesterday, Raiders were 2 wickets down in the power play, and then Habibullah and his partner batted till the 15th over, 100 for 2. And then in the last 5, they lost 8 wickets for 16 runs.
The thing is now that they have 10 wickets in hand, 11 overs left. They've got Arbaz to come, Munib can bat. Ali Nasir, we saw he was brilliant with both bat and ball. And then you've got a new player, Salman. What I'm saying is at least one of them needs to change the role here. Moiz Rana 17 of 17, Saad 36 of 37. So unless one of them can start accelerating, then there will be pressure not only on the other batter, both of them can lose the wicket, but the batters to come, they won't have enough time to come and settle. These both batters are settled. One of them needs to take charge now.
So I tell you what, ideally, that's a quick single. If you are saying that you want 170, 175, so there is no way you'll get there unless you are somewhere around 120, 125 at the end of 15 with wickets in hand. But just bagging wickets and taking them back to the dugout at the end of 20, we've been saying that again and again, doesn't really help.
Absolutely, absolutely agree with that. There's no intent for a big shot, especially from Moiz Rana. We saw a couple of catches going down for Saad Beg. I think they might be in the mind that they lost 6 overs for 38 runs when they tried to accelerate. It was in the first game, but this is the last game. You need to show the T20 brand of cricket.
I think they've got it covered. When Saad is facing, the long on long off are pretty straight. He's hitting everything. Needs to move around a little bit, maybe create those gaps. Just a single on every delivery in this over, and don't take it away. Gujranwala even yesterday were very, very stingy and bowled miserly. They didn't give runs away. Only 128 was scored by Raiders. This time tries to go big. He'll find fielders there, and he just take 1 run.
Good face for Gujranwala Giants. They gave a few runs in the power play at the end. They were good in the power play in the first 4 overs. In the last couple of overs, they gave away runs, but they have kind of came back again into the game because of this batting. Really good shot there. Saad Beg, he looks good. Inside out for 4 runs.
Yeah, that takes them to 69 for no loss after 10. This is the shot he likes. Again, creating that room and playing inside out. 4 runs and takes them to 69 for no wicket.
We're at the halfway mark of this first of two games now, or the innings I should say. At 10 overs, 69 for none, and Hyderabad have done pretty well. I think what they've done is they've tried to stabilise things right at the top and make sure they don't have to push on in the middle, because that hasn't been one of their strong points, losing wickets in those middle overs. But there's a look at the partnership so far. Dominic Corks alongside me. Dominic, it's been a steady one, some nice shots.
Yeah, some nice shots, and I think, look, they've not played well consistently, hence why they are bottom of the pile. And it's been a good start. You know, the power play was 42 without loss. I just wanted them to be a little bit more aggressive in the next 4 overs. Take nothing away. Look, it's a good start. 69 for none off the first 10. I still think they're, 20 runs behind where they should be. Remember, none down. You've got to be brave. You've got to take them on. Still got some good players to come, even though they have struggled in that middle period. But foundations are set. Now, can they push on in these last 10 overs?
Just a couple of patterns from their performances so far. In the very first game they played, they got off to a good start, getting 50 in the first 6 overs, and then they lost 6 wickets for 38 in the middle. They lost in their last game 4 wickets in the middle in no time as well. So they're trying to get the guys to do all the work at the top. Saad Baig is a fine play. He's on 42. There's been perhaps a few too many dot balls in this knock so far, but we're not going to get too critical at this stage. And his partner's doing a fine job, providing some support. So Mumtaz now into the attack. Very fine batsman, got 50 in the last game. That rare breed of the off spin, which hasn't been all that effective in this tournament.
I think they're just happy at the moment, the Giants, that they know that this game hasn't gone away from them, even though the opposition are none down. And I think that's just the fact why he's brought himself on. Let's see what we can do. A little bit of off spin. See if they're, after that little drinks break, are they going to be a bit more aggressive?
Protection straight. Long on and long off into play.
Because whatever the Hunters set, the Giants will have to do it in a specific time. I know generically we've said probably around about 16 and a half overs they'll need to get that total. So at the moment I think Giants are happy. Darren Sammy will be talking to his charges and saying, right, okay, where do we go from here? Think about how we're going to set this up to attack in the last 5. Where should we be? How are we going to play? Are we going to look to attack the first ball of the over? Or are we happy just to try and pick up a few singles? Look, he's a good mentor. He's got experience. He coaches as well. But I just see at the moment, it's just like a little game of chess. It's who's going to take the gamble and look to try and put the other team under check.
And so far, there's been 5 tight deliveries, so there'll be just a little bit of anxiousness in Saad's mind right now for this last ball of the 11th over. Goes high, too long off, and the catch is taken. So there we go, that's what they wanted. Mumtaz into the attack, just keeping it nice and tight, and a wicket results.
Absolutely, that is that chess game. Who is going to give first? Who's going to take the gamble? Is it going to come off? It's good from the captain, like I say, just happy just to bowl into that surface. Doesn't get to the pitch of it. And the captain takes the first wicket. So delight for the Giants, and sees the end of Saad Baig. He goes to 43, 72 for 1.
Arbaz now has joined Rana in the middle. 11 overs gone, 72 for 1. That run rate is something we need to watch, because this is where they get into a couple of issues, with Saad now gone in particular. And they'll have to try and manoeuvre things as best they possibly can, so it just keeps ticking over nicely to around about the 7 runs and over.
Yeah, and this was built up through pressure. Pressure on Sidebeg to say, look, we're happy. You want to take singles, you take singles as much as you want. You're not going to get the total that you want, and we'll be happy to chase that down. And we're going to bowl into the surface. And what it did was, it meant he tried to hit it out the ground. Simple chance at Ali Ashfand. What'll be interesting, like you say, is now this new batter is in Arbaz. What does he look to do? Strike or going big?
And that's clever bowling too, a little bit of air. It's a very fine shot. Good connection. It's a good surface.
Yeah, when I mean strike, is he looking to come in to give the guy who's already in, 23 from 23, Rana, give him the strike, or just look to be aggressive? It's a good shot, you're right. A little bit more flight and big room outside and over extra cover, and it's just going to run away.
It's a talented shot. So I think that might be an indication of his intentions. A little bit flatter that time. One thing they do need to do is keep their energy up. Got to get a little bit of buzz around the place. Make sure they don't allow those guys just to hover on the ring and punch the ball to the blokes in the ring on the offside all the time. Oh, he's almost walked straight past that one. A little bit of good fortune. Chase is on, a little bit of tag teamwork. End result is a couple of runs. Well, that wasn't on the cards, but this certainly is. Inverex Solar Energy. Visit the Inverex Solar Energy social media pages and get a chance to win exciting prizes. Great supporters of cricket in Pakistan, Inverex. "12 gone, 7 off, 79 for 1.
Yeah, nice warm afternoon. Around about 32 degrees. There is a breeze. Projected scores at 132. Remember, the Giants have to win, and they'll have to win with quite a few balls to spare. Around about the 16th and a half over, whatever they're set, to try and improve their run rate. And then we'll wait for the evening game where it'll all be down to the Raiders. I saw them coming in, that team. Shaheen's brigade. Looking forward to seeing him bowl in the World Cup. Shaheen Shah Afridi, wow.
It's a nice crunch as well. It probably is going to be only one. Yeah, those boys are obviously fanatical about Shaheen Shah Afridi, and he is just a sensational cricketer. And the great news is for Pakistan is that he is now being declared 100% fit, and that's been given the nod of approval from the skipper as well. And he himself said, "I can't wait to see him bowl in Australia."
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Stark and Shaheen Shah Afridi. Two excellent left-arm quick bowlers. My opinion, I think Shaheen Shah Afridi is slightly ahead of Mitchell Stark.
I'd agree with that. He can do some serious damage at the top, and consistently does at the top, but they can also do some great damage at the bottom. Extraordinary skill. Good bounce, good height, good pace, good swing.
Fakhar Zaman is back as well because there's an injury. I think he's a good player as well. Dangerous player. I just have this image with Shaheen Shah Afridi of that delivery to Rohit Sharma. Swing back.
That's been worked on the leg side. Trump just sliding down. Got the treatment.
Well, you don't see this very often. A Trump delivery that is just really help yourself. Again, out the side, so his fingers go down the left-hand side of the ball. He's trying to get a little leg cutter in. One of his 3 options of a slower ball, and because it sits in the surface, it allows Arbez Khan just to help it round the corner and beat fine leggers up in the circle. Good start here for Arbez Khan, 10 from 6.
Leg side again, another wide, or a wide, I should say. Quite got his variation spot on today so far, Trump. It's only quite early in his spell. 2 balls now into his second over.
Yeah, I can see what he's trying to execute. He's trying to go slow ball into the surface because he has his fielders out on the leg side. Deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, deep long on. And he's saying to Arbez Khan, if you want to hit me, you're going to have to hit me out the ground.
Sliding. Oh, got that knee plugged with that slide. Leg buys.
Yeah, I know.
The attack in Afridi's absence, and of course he knows the so well because of the bash.
Yeah, he's got pace. He played a little bit this year in England for Yorkshire as well. I know that Darren Goff came over to Pakistan as well and did a little bit at the academy. He played well.
Well, that's through. They're a little bit sloppy. Not going to be penalised too much though.
Stick them in the top 4, Pakistan. I think India, Australia, England, Pakistan, sorry to say that, Mike Hazeman, no South Africa in my top 4.
I'll show you my passport after this comp stint.
You got a UK one then?
Solid drive, just the single to retain the strike. 11 off the over. It's a good one for the Hunters. 90 for 1.
The Cheel is hunting.
Wondering what are these blokes doing in my patch. This is where I just come and relax, and these guys have been messing me around the last couple of weeks, particularly on a Saturday morning, or Saturday afternoon I should say. Right, 13 overs gone, 90 for 1. That run rate is not increased. Just a shade under the 7 mark. So they're not stepping on it, and I think again the Giants are going to be reasonably pleased with what has unfolded so far. Arslan now. Bowler likes it, I think is the only one though.
Yeah, you just sense that perhaps now the Hunters are thinking this is the over. Even though Ali Ashfan has bowled well, because he bowls into that surface. Very rare does he go up and flight the ball, it's into the wicket. May look for 2, or could be another run out, could be another run out. Terrible running, what are you doing? How many times have we seen this throughout this competition? Careless running. And once again, and the Giants need a wicket And they get one. Just look at it. Look at Moiz Rana. Is there a call from Abez Khan? There's not really a call. Looking at each other. One suggestion I would say, look where the fielder is and look at the ball. Absolutely. Disappointment for Abdul Razak and for Moiz Rana. He's gone for 25. Hyderabad 91 for 2.
50 in the last game for Ali Nasir. He's a very good cricketer. He's interesting enough, the quicker bowlers for the Hunters have only picked up 7 wickets so far, and he's picked up 5 of them. And he also didn't even play in the first game, so there's an indication of the work that he's done since then.
You know who his favourite player is, don't you? Ben Stokes.
There you go. Sliding leg side. I was going to say I didn't think there was any connection with the pad, so wide called. Got that through, and that's going to go for 4. That's what they're going to need. Boundaries early in the over, just to try and put a little bit of pressure back on the bowler.
Yeah, a little word between the umpire as well and Ali Nazir. We'll just have to keep an eye on that, whether he talked about running down the wicket. A little bit of width, with only one man behind on the offside. Once he beat that fielder, run away. A little chat between the Ali Nazir and the umpire.
Slightly short, hammered away. 2 men in that region.
That's clever from Ali Nazir, because he's manipulated the field. Because of the shot before, they brought mid-wicket over on the offside to have 2 fielders behind. So there's a big gap now, mid-wicket. So he can just push it into the gap and look for 2, or try and go for the boundary. So he's decided now to go round the wicket. Ashfand.
Going to bring the sweeper into play, who's charging and attacks that beautifully. That's fine fielding. Superbly fielded. A new bat required also.
I'm glad it's bat and not shoelaces. See that quite a lot with new batters.
Last ball of the over. And it's just going to be the single, but it's okay as far as the Hunters are concerned. 10 off that, 14 gone, 3 figures up, 100 for 2. The problem for the Hunters so far, the wickets that have gone down, there's the fall of the wickets, 48 and 36, but individually, Saad was on 43 and looking to take on the bowling and charge a bit, and Rana frustratingly running up for 25, so a couple of really good starts, but now back in the huts. Ah, lovely spotting, well done. Tidy with his first over, Mumtaz, just conceding the 3 runs, picked up a wicket.
And going back to that drinks break when we saw Darren Sammy talking to the 2 batters at the time, this is what he'll be talking about. These periods now. What are we looking to do as a team? Surely we should be getting to 150 with just under 6 overs left, two wickets down. How are we going to do that? Which bowler are we going to target? That's how they've got to think. As a side, can't just push for 1s and 2s here, put yourself under pressure, and then come towards the end of the over and think, oh, we need a boundary now.
8 wickets in hand for the Hyderabad Hunters. Quick single, safely home, slight little fumble, couldn't get rid of the ball, just oscillated in his hand for a split second.
Because we think about 2020, we think it's such a quick game, but there's so many little segments within the 20 overs as a batting side that you've just got to break it down. Power play, over 7 to 10, then 10 to 15, then the last 5.
It's a miss hit, and it's a wicket. So the skipper's done it again, brought himself back into the attack, and he's now picked up his 2nd stick.
And once again, we're seeing the Hunters putting themselves under pressure. Their plans, well, what plans? Seem to struggle when they're put under pressure, when they need a boundary, and look to try and hit it out the park. Mahbaz Khan goes for 15. Hunters 102 for 3.
Just want to remind you that the Giants need to chase this down by 16.5 overs, whatever the score is. So right now with the Hyderabad Hunters at 102 for 3, that's to qualify, by the way. They'll be very happy with the proceedings because the projected scores from here, this rate is just 141. Don't see them going much more than that, actually. If they go at 9, they do get past the 150 mark, but I think that's going to be a bit of a stretch. Someone's got to play really well from here to get there. Asif has just arrived.
Yeah, a ball that was just floated up outside off stump, and I think he just tries to overhit it. Maybe just slides on with the arm. Simple catch for Ibtisam.
Yeah, I think it was a case of, okay, we've got to step on the gas now and start charging. 1 ball left in this over. And Zik Oil arrives, unveil the reel, peel the label to win via a lucky draw. Every week prizes worth millions. Nice solid drive, straight to the man, long off. Doesn't have to move too far, so it's only the single. So good over, a wicket and also conceding 4, 15 gone, 104 for 3.
आखिरी 5 अच्छे करने हैं शाबाश आवाजें नहीं आ रही भाइयों शाबाश रिलैक्स हो रहे हो शाबाश जाग दो आखिरी 5 थे शाबाश हाँ डीप
15 gone, 104 for 5. This is exactly where the Raiders were yesterday. 100 for 2 after 15. They only managed to add 28 more runs. Lost 8 wickets. And it's against the same opposition. Gujranwala Giants are a unit who figured out how to keep the opposition in check. And Trump is such an integral part with the ball, with his 4 overs. Goes miserly and he never gives runs away and also takes wickets. It's not easy to get those big shots going against him because of his variations, and he's a smart bowler. He never bowled 2 similar deliveries in an over. Sometimes seam up, sometimes he just rolls his fingers like a leg cutter. He's got a good back of the hand. This projected is not going to be enough for the Hyderabad Hunters to grab a victory before they exit the tournament. But more important, this game in terms of qualification is for the Giants. And Giants in that respect have done well. If they can keep them somewhere around 130, 35, they'll fancy their chances to score that quickly. Because we saw that, that they need to score a certain number of runs in 16.5 overs or less. These are the wickets.
Bowled extremely well. And it was those cutters rolling the fingers down the side of the ball. That slow ball out the back of the hand that did the trick for him. Really does possess a bag of tricks. That one was the seam up delivery. Possesses great skill.
You see that he bowls that one wide. That's well done by the batter to get bat onto it, and he outstretched himself, Wasif. Earns a boundary.
Yeah, one of the rare poor deliveries from Trump. This one just given too much width. Wasif did well to get it wide of the man at cover, and then far enough away from the extra cover to get the boundary.
That's got to be out. That's got to be out unless there's a bat. No, it is not. Yes. So Trump strikes. Wicket number 4 walks back to the dugout. It was pretty adjacent. Probably the umpire was just making sure that he knows there's no inside edge on that.
Yeah, when the innings is coming to a close and you need wickets, toss the ball to Trump. That is as straight as you can be. Wasif goes for 5. Hyderabad Hunters 109 for 4.
Pitching boys, shabash. Match right here. Match your right hand batsman.
See so many facilities that Olympics has: swimming pool, the facility, the hockey ground, the football ground. We'll come back to that. This is a whole area has got world-class facilities available. 16 gone, 109 for 4.
देखी चलाएगा वही वाला आवाज जान बीच करो यार
Start and then losing wickets in quick succession. It was been good out here that the spinners from the Gujranwala Giants, they've targeted the stumps 95%. They've not allowed any space for the Hunter batters to put the ball away. That's how on the target they've been. And they're using the part-timers to do that. So Siobhan Daniel is their part-timer, and the captain himself, Uzair Mumtaz, is a part-timer because they've added an extra batter in their side. So they're taking the responsibility of covering those 4 overs there. Earns him a boundary. We call it a slog, but that was pretty much in control.
That was in control and it was well calculated. Took it from outside the off stump and made sure he flat batted it in front of the man, a deep backward square on the boundary. That is very well played. Boundary and over will do them some good from here on in. In this field, that'll allow them to get another single. Couple of balls to go in the over, 6 from it. 8 and over will get them to 142. Score they'll feel if they bowl well and field well. The Hunters might give them their first victory of the Pakistan Junior League. 148, 10 and over from here. A lot more comfortable for them.
Right through. He's disturbed all the timber there. He's hit middle. Another wicket falls. Just exposed the stumps and he was nowhere near the ball.
Yeah, this one is the one that goes on quickly with the arm. He's got through the shot before the ball's even got there. 3rd wicket for Mumtaz. And this will just peg the Hyderabad Hunters further back. He's enjoyed that. Ali Nasir, 11 from 10. Hyderabad, 115 for 5.
New batter Aftab on strike and end of the over. 17 gone, 115 for 5. So this is what exactly happens, Tino. We've seen that time and again. The teams that are batting first in the last 5, they yet to find those big overs that they depend on, like a 20-run over, 21, 22-run over, to help them accelerate. It's always that they end up with only 30 odd and lots of wickets fall.
I'm struggling to understand that, Sikandar. And if you look at Hyderabad in their second match at one stage, they looked like they were going to get well past 200. Eventually only ended up 179 or 180, which was a good 25, 30 runs short of where they could have got themselves to. They were 70 after 6 overs in that game.
Yeah, I was just talking to Sana in our previous dinner, saying that The Gujranwala has been a good side, but just not been able to close games in their favour. There's also an art to how to win a game. Today it will test them because they just don't have to win it, they have to win it with a margin. So the lesser the score to chase, the better for them to do it in around 16.5 or less. This makes it so interesting. The game after this is also very important. And it's very much outside the line of the off stump. You need another set of stumps there.
Yeah, and remember, they'll have to get the score in 16.5 over. So you look at the current run rate now. They end the innings at 6.69 or 6.7. It would mean that they would have to have a run rate far superior to that to be able to get the result they require to make the top 4. So that's something that'll be in the back of their mind.
That's nice, using the pace. It's just that he's going to find third right there. Yeah, you're talking about the qualification standards or qualification equations. So it's correct that whatever score comes up, have to score it around 16.5 or less number of overs. But that is not it all, because the match after this, Rawalpindi Raiders have to lose that game. If they win it, then these calculations mean nothing. So first is to get to those 4 points, Gujranwala Giants, and then Pindi loses. And hopefully the run rate goes down from Giants' point of view. He spores the stumps and then he's played it straight into the hands of the fielder at fine leg, as if he was perfectly placed. He didn't have to move much. The umpire's just going to check probably the front foot, the no ball, but otherwise everything else looks good.
It's unfortunate because he's actually hit that ball quite well. Slightly more elevation, he's getting 6 or either side of the man. He's hit it straight to him at fine leg. No problems at all.
All right, that looks pretty good. He's got more than half his boot behind the line. Oh, he's exposed his stumps, and that's a pickup shot. It's just unlucky. He finds the fielder. Look at that. He didn't have to move. Just right there. Good catch, Tino. He's looking into the sun.
Yeah, a bit of emotion after his... Now the check from here is because they're looking at whether his back foot has broken the crease, not the front foot. So all of that looks absolutely fine.
Another wicket falls. Salman Ahmed goes for 5. It's 117 for 6. Isaiah Thorne, the new batter, and straight away off the mark.
Isaiah Thorne is here because of this. Just picked the man on the boundary, unfortunately. Thoroughly enjoyed that. The colleagues on the side, last 30 balls has all about 29 runs and 5 wickets. And this has been a continuing trend for Hyderabad Hunters with bat in hand. And that's why they've really struggled to put in competitive performances and get a win.
It'll be interesting to see how the Gujranwala Giants come and chase this. They've got to play every possibility there. 18 gone, 119 for 6. You want to take one of them home? We've got plenty.
Of satellites?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I've got one back home, thanks.
We don't trade animals or birds. Trump will get into his final over, 1 for 21. Direct hit would be interesting, but he holds on to the ball. He decides not to. Probably there's no one backing up, so good call that. He'll settle with a single. Would like to see more of Trump, so I'd say Gujranwala should qualify. They should try and put everything in this match today, and then just hope that Raiders lose the next one. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. He had to really dig into it. Didn't get any distance, as I had thought.
No, there was no distance because the pace was taken off the ball once again. I think that back of the hand slow ball is definitely Trump's favorite.
You know, if you follow a pattern, that usually comes in next. I was just about to say that he bowls one full and wide. This time the red are just a bit off, but it works for him. Especially against the left-handers, he loves bowling that.
Now there you go, out the back of the hand. And last one wide, but he normally controls it very nicely. Giants will be happy if they can continue to restrict them to ones. That won't hurt them. And they'll know that it'll just make their job that much easier when they come out to bat.
Has missed everything. Yeah, this time he just holds the same. You know what I've noticed over here is that the sides in the last 5 overs, they are hitting the ball well. It's just that the ability to find the gaps is missing. And over a period of time, then you start, you know, using your bat's face in different angles. Oh, he's picked that up. That's got to go all the way. No, it's got to the hands. For a moment, I thought he's hit that well. But another wicket falls there. The Hunters lose yet another.
I think what he's trying to do here is get that ball fine over the 45, but because it's the slow ball, it takes time to get to him, and it's hit the bottom edge of the bat. That's why there's no momentum in the stroke, and that's why it hasn't gone over 45. It's gone straight to the man in back with square leg. Isaiah Thorne goes for 2. Hyderabad 123 for 7.
Trump, last ball. As he got back, no. I was just going to say, he took 3 wickets in the previous game, and he gets those wickets in the last over. It's such a good death bowler that they've found. Hyderabad 1-2-3 for 7. Trump got 3 wickets in his last over of his spell yesterday and 2 wickets in the last over of this spell. 4 overs, 2 for 25. And that's probably the top choice of the captain to give him that over, and it's such an important, either the penultimate over or the 18th.
His bowling style is ideal for this stage of the innings because the batsmen are trying to get big shots in, clear the boundaries. The pace off the ball, it makes it very difficult for them to do that. Where with a bit more pace on the ball maybe have cleared the inner ring or the boundary. Sometimes just goes to the fielders.
Last over, and is an important one. So can they keep them under 130? Yesterday we saw 128 scored against them. It's been 16 deliveries since we've seen a boundary. That's the wicket of Isaiah Thorne. Second one for Matthew Trump. 22 runs for 5 wickets in the last 5 overs. 16 balls, no boundary in these overs. It's a big achievement from the Giants. The giant achievement. It's again smart. He's changing his length.
Most dot balls bowled in the Pakistan Junior League this year. Look who's at the top of the list. Mohammad Ibtisam, 58. Sajid Ali next in line, 12 less, 46. Mohammad Shoaib, Arham Nawab and Abidullah next in that list with 45 dots.
In the air, should be out, just over the hands of Uzair Mumtaz. Boundary. Hunters will take that.
Not sure if this has gone over Sikandar or if it's gone through his hands. Yeah, just over the hands. Unlucky because it's gone for 4 as well. Rub the shoulder. Hopefully he hasn't done himself any damage.
Boundary finally after 17 deliveries on the 17th ball. Yes, Ibtisam has done well to top that list of most dot balls by a bowler in the PJL, being a fast bowler. Most of them were spinners. Through him. He's played that on to the stumps. Another one bites the dust.
I like the idea, Sikandar. Pace on the ball and wanting to ramp it over the man at 45. He's unfortunate because it's ricocheted into the stumps. Otherwise, he would have got himself a boundary, and that's why he's so disappointed. Cross-seam delivery from Ibtisam. That is rather unfortunate. It's just the execution of the shot that didn't work well, but the idea was good. He's gone for 8 after Ibrahim, 127 for 8.
be a single here, taking them to 128 with 1 ball to go.
This would have been a boundary. Fine of the man at 45 had it not ricocheted into the stumps. Another wicket for Ibtisam, his second today.
Not a very happy dugout this. Outside edge, he'll complete 1. That's probably the maximum they'll get. So at the end of 20, it's 129 for 8 Hyderabad Hunters. Is it enough to defend? Not really sure, but it shouldn't be a problem. Can the Gujranwala Giants score it fast and quick and keep their hopes alive in this Pakistan Junior League? Very well done by Uzair Mumtaz and his men. And back-to-back great bowling performances. Yesterday they kept the Raiders quiet, and today they've done it against the Hunters. Yesterday's score was 128. Today they've given away 129. Very gettable. Couldn't see the Hunters accelerate any more than 6.5 runs and over throughout their innings. And this is how they lost. Once again, a very similar batting card to Raiders yesterday. Top 2 performing, opening partnership, 8 wickets in hand, and then nothing happening for them.
Partnerships, it's just the one right at the top, isn't it? Saad and Rana putting together 72 and 68 balls. You go down the rest of that, not much. Bear in mind those last 6 wickets falling for just 25 runs.
Bowled so well. 25 of the last 5 overs and 5 wickets grabbed by the Gujranwala Giants bowling unit. 3 for Uzair Mumtaz, the captain himself, 2 for Trump, 2 for Ibtisam. So they've done well, the Gujranwala Giants. 130 to win. Let's head down to Roha and find out who she's got with her.
Well, the Hunters might have fallen prey in this first edition of the PJL, but let's speak to the head coach and see where they went wrong. I've got Abdul Razak with me. Sir, आपके टीम कॉम्बिनेशन के ऊपर पहले बात करते हैं. बैटिंग में सबसे बेस्ट पावर प्ले परफॉर्मेंस है हंटर्स की, लेकिन मिडिल ओवर्स में जाके जो है ना कुछ कैपिटलाइज नहीं कर पाते हैं. तो क्या बात हुई आपके बॉयज से?
देखिए, ये फर्स्ट टाइम सारे अंडर 19 खेल रहे हैं और हर टीम का मैंने देखा है जहाँ जो इनिंग्स बिल्ड करनी होती है वहाँ पे स्ट्रगल करते हैं. ये हर टीम में यही है कि जैसा कि हमारा बड़ा अच्छा स्टार्ट था, 10 ओवर में 70 रन थे, तो वहाँ पे इनिंग्स बिल्ड करनी थी. तो वहाँ पे ये प्रेशर लेते हैं, इनको एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है और हम उनसे बात करते हैं कि यहाँ पे रन बॉल जाना है, आपने एक बाउंड्री की तरफ जाना है. तो इनको हम ये मैसेज दे सकते हैं कि ये फील करते हैं प्रेशर ना कि बाउंड्री बड़ी है तो उसमें अपनी विकेट थ्रो कर रहे हैं.
अच्छा, बॉलिंग के बारे में बताएं, वो भी थोड़ी अनइम्प्रेसिव रही है. आपको लगता है कि ड्राफ्ट के एरिया में है, वहाँ पे गलतियाँ हुई थी कुछ प्लेयर्स पिक करते हुए?
नहीं, डेफिनेटली देखिए, अंडर 19 है और ये अभी 3 डे गेम्स और 1 डे गेम खेलते आ रहे हैं जी. और अगर देखा जाए तो सारी टीमें एक बैलेंस में थी. मेन परफॉर्मेंस 1-2 प्लेयर परफॉर्म करते हैं तो आपकी टीम जीत जाती है. बिल्कुल. और जो प्रेशर नहीं लेते वो जो है वो टीमें जीत रही हैं.
अच्छा, ये बताएं कि अभी आपने रिफ्लेक्ट तो बहुत किया होगा अभी तक जो भी गलतियां वगैरह हुई हैं, अब अगले एडिशन के लिए क्या चेंजेस लाना चाहेंगे आप?
देखिए, बड़ा अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म मिला है और ये जितने भी यंगस्टर हैं, मैं समझता हूँ ये बड़े लकी हैं कि उनको ये PJL का प्लेटफॉर्म मिला है और अपना आप शो करने का प्लेटफॉर्म मिला है. और ये बड़ी प्रेशर क्रिकेट है और आप पूरा देख लें, ऐसे लग रहा है जैसे कोई वर्ल्ड कप हो रहा है. तो ये इनके लिए बहुत अच्छा है, यंगस्टर के लिए.
चले, ऑल द बेस्ट. आपकी आज की जो लास्ट गेम है, गुड लक फॉर दिस वन एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर स्पीकिंग टू अस.
थैंक यू, वेलकम.
So it's 130 to win. Can Gujranwala score it quickly and keep their hopes alive in the tournament? We'll find that out after the break.
Welcome back. Now we have a interesting situation in this game, that's for sure. Before we talk more about that, let's have a look at some of the highlights from the first innings. Here's the Hyderabad Hunters, who won the toss and elected to bat first, and they played pretty well right at the top, right inside. Nice little opening stand, a couple of strong shots. That stand, by the way, was 72. So they were well on the track to what they wanted to do, with some lofty blows down the ground as well and square. And just a little bit of good luck from time to time. It's nicely played square on the offside spin. A lot of spin was used also by the Giants. A bit of an assist, and that was a beautiful drive. And again, just opening the blade a fraction, so side the left-hander. A couple of tight deliveries. They decided to go down the ground, try and break the shackles, and he was caught long off for 43, 72 for 1 when he departed.
And we saw a couple of good shots by Arbaz Khan. He looked really good. Unless Matthew Trump and Uzair Mumtaz again came in. And overall, the opening stand was good, but there was a bit of slow batting from Moiz Rana. And then we saw some run-outs, some poor shot selection. This was Arbaz Khan, captain Uzair Mumtaz, taking his wicket. He bowled really well, 3 wickets for 13 runs. Another wicket for him. The captain really came in when it really mattered. A must-win situation for them. Then a good connection, but good catch in the deep.
It was a really troubling period for them. They lost the wickets 4 for 15 at this stage, and it actually got even worse because they couldn't really capitalise. That was an assist. Thorne sweeping Trump and Ibbotson paddle under the stumps and all out for 129. So they lost their back there. 6 for 25 was their problem. So that was the situation in the first half of this game, and now the Giants need 130 runs off 20 overs at 6.5 runs per over to win the game, that is. However, if they chase this total down in 16.5 overs, their net run rates will be better than the Raiders. So that's the important part of the equation now. So they'll be quite simply concentrating on that, trying to chase it down in 16.5 overs. That's they need to go at 7.9 runs per over, by the way. And then the Raiders are going to have to win their match, which is the last one today, against the Royals. So there's so much on the go for today to keep you glued to your television sets. Okay, time for us to take a break. We'll have action when we come back, very shortly indeed. Welcome back to the iconic Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. That is the situation. That's for a win. That's what the Giants need to do to win. However, they need to get those 130 runs in a quicker speed than the 20 overs. At 16.5 overs they need to get it by to have their net run rate better than the Raiders. And then the Raiders are playing in the last game, which means that then they will have to win the last game today. So that's what is on the go, and there's going to be plenty of action. It's going to be interesting to watch. Sana?
Absolutely exciting games of cricket. The double header. Only after today's second game we are going to know who the top four are. That's the beauty of this Pakistan Junior League. Arslan Ash is going to open with Tom Aspinwall.
And just if we just look at that 16.5 over mark on the 130, that means they need to go at 7.9 runs per over. Now, I can also tell you that the Giants have had the worst run per over rate in the batting power play of just 5.04. So right there, the first 6 overs, we can put a spotlight on that and see how they go, because they have to vastly improve that. Nasir.
That's why cricket is such an intriguing game, because there's so many possibilities. We are talking about this chase in 16.5 overs. But while they want to do that quickly, they don't want to lose this game, because if they lose this game, then they're already out of the competition and Raiders go through without the result of the next game.
Aspinwall has been batting around about the 5 or 6 mark up until now, so he's obviously got some sort of instructions to get after the Hunters. It's sliding leg side, I think. Not out's the call from the man in purple.
And it's again because of that reason that they are looking at chasing this in 16.5, that they have got this change. Ali Nasir, he was really impressive in the last game, 50 runs, 3 wickets. Today he started well again. Couple of dot deliveries, 1 leg by.
Imran Javed, the umpire who gave that one not out correctly. Just going to put some serious pressure on the captains as well. They have to have his work cut out in the field placings, the bowling changes as well. As you would know, Sana, this can become a very tight situation.
Especially when there's a left and right hand combination at the top. The players you don't know, you're meeting them for the first time.
Waits. A bit of movement away, but perhaps a fraction too much away. Wide called.
Abdul Razak, the head coach of Hyderabad Hunters, making sure that the bowler knows exactly when they need to post their fielders. Ali Nasir, of course, he'll be depending on him. He got 3 wickets, couple of them with the new ball in the last game.
That's a nice shape again, going away from the left hander. That's nicely bowled. Not the easiest delivery to bowl, that one, around the wicket.
He's got a good firm action, good wrist position, good movement with the seam as well. And he's got a very good chance against Arslan Ash, who has had 3 opportunities to open the batting, only been able to score 15 runs.
They've had 5 different opening batting pairs, actually, in this tournament. There is a slip, a solitary slip.
Where Ali Nasir can improve, otherwise His bowling is good, pace is all right, can swing the ball.
There's a little bit about Josh Hazlewood about him in his run-up and also his delivery. You watch him run up, it's just a little bit of a shuffle. I mean, doesn't really come screaming in, which is not a bad thing. It's fairly controlled as he runs in.
He would be really excited if he can hear your comment. Who would not be, I think, at this age, be compared to someone like Josh Hazlewood?
Who is remarkable in what he's done, actually. He was considered just a test bowler, Hazlewood, and now he's, there you go, that's very similar, I think. And then delivery gets a little bit of movement away. That slips out of the cordon, down to third man. And so Hazlewood now has developed into one of the very, very best T20 bowlers through sheer determination and looking to prove a point.
Absolutely, because he has so much control, Hazlewood. In T20 cricket, of course, you need to have that control, especially in the power play. Good action, hands close to the body. Good front arm as well. Good head position and very good follow through.
Rodney Hogg, Australian fast bowler, always said in a run-up a bowler should be able to have a glass of water on top of his head and it shouldn't be spilled too much. Keep his head nice and easy and nice and level as he bowls, runs up and in delivery and follow through. It's pretty good. 1 over gone, couple of wides, 4 for none. There are no dramas. It's nice and early, but they do need to go at 8 runs and over. Going at 4 in that first over only. Gee, that looks beautiful. It looks so inviting. There's a couple of swimmers out there, but looks of it. Yep, it's 2, I think. Sharing a lane.
It's quite hot out there, and maybe both these teams would want to dip in after the game.
You couldn't blame them. Off tub now. Full toss, punch down the ground. That's a good shot. That's driven for 4. It's a great start to the over.
Good confident shot from Arslan Ash. Full toss, there to be hit with the full face of the bat. Excellent straight drive there. That should give him some confidence. He has been running low on confidence, has not been able to score runs. But whenever you get a boundary from the middle of the bat, it definitely gives you a lot of confidence.
Oh, it's a nice little punch again, and that's through. That's going to be a little bit of a teaser. Couple the result.
And this one even better. Because of the previous boundary, you can see there's much more confidence, much more stability, calmness with that shot. The fielder tried to stop it, but a couple of important runs, 6 of the first 2.
I remember the days, son, of the old black rubber batting grips. Rarely see them anymore. All the different colours around the place. There's different material now. They've got the ribbing in them also, which assists the grip. And the batsman or the batter has on the bat. It's a solid shot again, nicely fielded.
It does seem like he likes to drive, and that is what he's getting at the moment. A lot of drives for him. Quite full. Again with the full face of the bat. That's good signs for Arslan Ash. Good signs for Gujranwala Giant, who are looking to qualify for the top 4.
Siobhan Daniel, I think, is going to be a key player in this chase down. Habibullah also, and Sakil. Zik Motor Oil, unveil the real. Peel the label to win via a lucky draw. Every week prizes worth millions.
And the striker Arslan Ash, he's also from Sialkot. We saw another brilliant talent from Sialkot, Tayyab Arif, yesterday. One of the best cover drives we have seen so far.
First ball he faced in the PJL. Magnificent work.
He's really got the best of his opportunity. First match, debut match, player of the match, all-rounder of the match. Another talent, Arslan Ash.
Oh, that's lovely. Very nicely played, and he's got full reward from it as well.
The bowler never looks happy, but this was quite intentionally played. It was not an edge, nothing that the bowler did. He played it with a lot of control. He knew that the third fielder was wide. He played it really fine. Excellent batting.
Yeah, he was annoyed, I think, by the fact that it went through the slips cordon for starters, but then also by the fact that third man just couldn't get around and track that.
Arslan Ash has hit a century on the final of the Under-19 One-Day Cup, so he knows how to perform in pressure situations.
10 off the over, last ball. That's where it's going to stay. 2 overs gone, 14 for no loss. There was a game on there not so long ago. I was wondering if they're watching it again, so to get another game prepared. Get the pitch prepared for another game shortly. Artificial surface.
Brilliant camera work there. Good to watch how a hockey field is watered.
There's a lot of chat in the field at the moment. I think there's quite a bit of encouragement around the place from Saad Beg, in particular, to the other players. Going hard down the ground, not quite out of the middle. Going to pick up a couple of runs, and that's probably all.
And that's the reason Tom Aspinwall has been promoted up the order to clear that inner circle. Even though it was a miss-hit, not from the middle of the bat, but he was able to clear it. And the relay fielder did it really well because the cap was down, and if he had not caught the ball, it might have landed on the cap.
I spotted that as well. I thought, oh, here's trouble, but no. Suddenly the claw came out. So Aspinwall, he's got to play nice and intelligently. There's mid-off and mid-on, back on the edge of the circle, so they're a little bit deeper than they would normally be. So they can stop those drives, shy at the stumps. No dramas for Aspinwall.
And the intent is clear for Tom Aspinwall. He wants to attack the bowler. He wants to make quick runs. Both the balls he faced, he wanted to look to hit down the ground.
It often happens that when you are elevated up that batting order and you're given a job to do, that it doesn't quite work out at the start. And then it depends on how you go about things after that, because you don't want to get too rash about your strokes and waste your time in the middle at the start. Run rate is at 7.3 at the moment, so they're going nicely at this stage. Solid forward defence. Sort of defence you need, I think, at the Kingdom Valley. You can go to the official Facebook page and get a chance to win exciting prizes, and you can be the next winner. Royal Lifestyle.
That's the busy roads of Lahore for you. Main Boulevard Gulberg, hustle and bustle at every time you are going to visit there.
That's nicely played. It was pretty straight. That's why I was able to work it from a reasonably wide delivery angle. A couple more.
And this is where the captaincy will also come into play. It's a low track. There's not a lot of bounce. The mid-wicket fielder can be a little bit straighter. Let them play square of the wicket. And that's why there was a big gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. The mid-wicket fielder can come a bit straighter on this pitch.
Pace bowling lineup for the Hunters has been a real concern throughout this tournament. Only 7 wickets amongst the quicker bowlers. The man in action himself is the guy that's picked up the most. In 5.
And they keep changing it as well. There has not been a lot of consistency. Asaithon, I think he bowled all right as well with the new ball. Not really impressed with Aftab in the last over. He was too full. I do think OS didn't manage to punish the bad balls there.
See what Aspinwall does with this last ball of the over. A little 2-step. In the end, went nowhere. 6 runs off that over, 3 gone, 20 for none.
That's good intelligent bowling. The moment he saw him improvise, he bowled a slow one from the back of his hand, the side of his hand. And that's why Ali Nasir, I do think, is a very good cricketer.
Just a quick look at what happened at the start of this game. Match number 13, the Hyderabad Hunters. They got off to a reasonable start, but Saad went for 43, Rana for 25, and then it fell away quite dramatically. They ended up losing right at the end of the innings, 6 wickets for 25, which pegged him at that 129 mark. Mumtaz, the captain, 3 for 13, was terrific. Trump was good again. Zubair into the attack.
He has been quite good for the Hyderabad Hunters. They have struggled to take wickets, but he has been quite economical, handy with the bat in one of the games as well. Good in the field.
I think they've really got to be a little bit careful here, the Giants, that they don't do anything too extravagant. They've got to make sure that Aspinwall finds his groove, because when he gets going, he can thump the ball quite nicely. We haven't seen that so far. Awais has played well for his 15 off 13.
The roles are quite clear. It does feel like Azan OS is going to give the strike more to Tom Aspinwall. Not sure if that's the right strategy.
I wonder if he's going to prefer the spinners. That's beautifully bowled. A little bit flatter, a little bit quicker, anticipating what Aspinwall was looking to do.
Absolutely. More lower trajectory.
So remember, Decode, the official smartphone partner for the PJL 2022. Visit Decode social media pages and you get a chance to win some fabulous prizes. There we go. That's what he was edging to do, and he's put that out of the playing arena for 6 runs.
And that's the problem with bowling in the power play. You'd only have 2 fielders outside. He was trying to go full. The left arm spinner bringing the ball in. There was no long on. There's a big area there. He hits it towards the cow corner because he knows there's only one mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket and long off.
Yeah, that's well played. Did a couple of lusty blows like that from Aspinwall. Oh, he's gone the other way this time. I think it's a little bit high. The line's okay. Mohammed Asif says not out. Are they going to send it upstairs for a look? I'm sure height's going to be an issue. No, they do go upstairs.
The bowlers have been really good with convincing their captains to take reviews in the Pakistan Junior League. Apart from the height, it was dead straight. No problem with the foot there. It's a legal delivery. Now we follow the process. Was there any bat involved? It doesn't look like that there was a bat involved.
He's quite a tall guy as well, Aspinwall. He's not really crouching a great deal when he's playing that reverse sweep. Beaten for pace. Very late on it. That's caused big problems for him, but I don't think there's any connection with the willow at all. I think we can see that height is going to be an issue. Not out was the call from the umpire.
And he's still on front foot, so the ball will have to go a little up still from here until it reaches the wickets.
The previous ball, he hit for 6. He played it beautifully and tried something a little bit different. Let's have a look at the line. I don't think that's going to be an issue. It's fairly short. See how quickly it got on him. He didn't get a chance to jam that bat down in time. So it's adjacent with the connection.
That's the credit to the bowler. He has been bowling quite flat to Tom Aspinwall, knowing that he wants to use those long levers to clear.
Oh, wow, there we go. Up goes the finger. That is an important wicket. He can be quite dangerous in this sort of situation, Aspinwall.
Tom Aspinwall has to go back for 9. Gujranwala 27 for 1.
Skipper now, who did a very good job of the ball, picking up 3 wickets for just 13 runs. Haven't seen him do a great deal of bowling. We've seen him do some batting though. He certainly has played well of late. The middle order has been very good actually for the Giants. And he's, they're getting ready, fired up for the chase down.
Dominic and Roha has some competition with the Sunnies there. Yes, Uzair has been really impressive with the bat. He has generally performed under pressure as a captain. Last game, the first game of the tournament as well, he had a 50 there.
A little bit of an outside quarter of the bat, I think, that time. Just clearly a little bit of purchase. That's good stuff. An important wicket, 7 off the over, 27 for 1. Next three batsmen are going to be key. Nawaz, Daniel, Wakas. We'll have to see if that order stays the same. Maybe it's going to be Daniel to come in next. I think they'll need to get him up there as soon as they possibly can, because he looks the most proficient of the players for the Giants. Muneeb now. Easily worked away on the onside. Should be able to touch and turn. Nope. Sent back quite correctly. Good work from the keeper too.
Muneeb Wasif has been touch too expensive for the Hyderabad Hunters. He's got a good action, but he has been not as accurate as he would have liked. 10 runs per over in the Pakistan Junior League. Good work from the keeper there.
Lovely shot from the stump cam. So the elevation of Aspinwall didn't work. So now they need to keep going at this rate for a while. Just a shade around the 7 mark. That's a good shot from the skipper. Might go all the way to teaser. Nicely fielded. And good teamwork as well. That's really good fielding. Good work from those two.
And that's been the issue with Muneeb. He offers some width, but this was a very good shot from Captain Uzair Mumtaz, and equally good in the field there, Ibrahim. He had a hand on it, and then Muhammad Zubair Jr. He did well to stop that one. Overall, they restricted the Giants just to 2 runs. Excellent fielding.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Nice hustling from Muneeb.
This ball stayed a bit low as well, and it came in. Tried to manage it on the back foot. Got the inside edge, toe edge of the bat. Uzair Mumtaz, it's on him that the team is relying if they really want to qualify for their top 4.
Nice little punch. Got through that inner circle as well. Easily back for the second.
And the contrasting performances of the Hunters continue. Previous ball, they saved 2 runs in the field by excellent fielding performance. And on this ball, just gave away an extra run. That's what they have been doing, playing well in phases, but not long enough.
Run rate at 6.9 at the moment is absolutely fine as far as the Giants are concerned. Just a quick mention of Osaka Battery Tonic. They will give a reward of 10,000 rupees for every shot that hits the Osaka Battery Tonic board. Thanks to Osaka.
To hit that board, they have to really have a top edge to 3rd for now from this end.
Not impossible, I guess. A nice finish from Muneeb. 6 off that over. 33 for 1.
Giants are ahead of the Hunters. 33 for 1 from 5. Just remember they're chasing 130 to win. And to get their run rate in a better place where the Raiders are currently at 4th, they need to do it within 16.5 overs. And that'll just give themselves a little chance to get themselves into that top 4. They'll want the Royals in this later game to beat the Raiders. And then all of a sudden they may just get in that top 4. Lovely shot. A little bit leg side from Mohamed Zubair Jr. It's a lovely sweep shot, and it's a good afternoon to Tino.
Good afternoon. Corky, now that's well played. He's made sure it's gone fine of the man at 45. We've seen these outfields all throughout this competition. Once it's past that 30-yard circle, very difficult to pull back.
Oh, this is close. No. Just outside. What a lovely bit of headwear you're wearing today, Tino.
Thank you very much. This one just probably sliding down the leg side.
What sort of look are you trying to pull off today, Tina?
No, not pulling off anything at all. Corky got the roster this mid-morning and realized that I need some headgear with the hot weather that we've had during the afternoon. Of course, I was at the studio yesterday afternoon and it was rather warm, so I thought if I'm going to have to be out there in the middle, I've got something that needs to protect my scalp.
Yeah, well, there's a show, I'm sure you've watched it. Peaky Blinders.
I have indeed. I'm not trying to pull that off.
Okay, I was just.
And there's no blade in between here.
Oh no,
here we go. You can have a look.
No,
Corky.
none of that. No, none of that. No. The thing is, you see, in Birmingham at this stage, that is probably suitable because it's woolen. Here, not so good. End of the power play, 38 for 1. So their best power play so far for the Gujranwala Giants, 38 for 1. Still behind at the moment where the Hunters were. 42 without loss. Quite a decent power play, Tino.
It is. Setting them on their way to wanting to give themselves an opportunity to maybe be in that top 4 after tonight's later game. This, of course, happened a bit earlier. Umpire had to change his decision and give it out. And that was the last boundary on the power play. Confirmation of the start of the second.
A little bit of confirmation. Bottom right-hand corner, 92. Forget 84 if you want to qualify, or possibly 65 is that new number. Now 64. Nearly run out. And overthrows. Why not? We've not had many of them this tournament, have we? Run-outs or overthrows, Tina?
No, we haven't. It's certainly something that these young cricketers are going to have to polish up on.
All laces being tied again. We've had a few of them. Let's have a look. Oh, they look all right today. That's good.
For now, that is.
So just take 19 deliveries off what is on your screen now, and that's what they've got to get the 90 runs in. So a little bit more pressure. Chasing 130, comfortable. Chasing 130 in 16.5, a little bit more difficult.
That's why I'm talking in that first innings of the importance of making sure they keep them to a minimum. Yes, you want to keep any team to a minimum, but that's because of that little calculation that it has to happen in 16.5, even more so important. Looks like it's a slow ball. This is good running. Always crucial in between those boundaries if you're getting them, to ensure that the running between the wickets is just as good. This is a typical example. Just pushed it straight in front of the man at mid-off, but good understanding between the two batsmen. Out of the blocks straight away.
Nice looking shot. Lovely looking shot this. Length delivery with mid-wicket and mid-on up in the circle. Tino, take a look at this.
Yeah, well, they need to chase quickly, and this will make life a lot easier. That's a very good shot. Nobody back on the boundary, but even if there was, he would have just been admiring this stroke. It's gone a good 15, 20 meters past the boundary line.
Quick single, so that's well done as well. Get the boundary, put them under pressure. Closing in on 50. And what they've got to try and do, 81 required, break it down. Remember those 19 balls. So 81 in 60 balls. So break it down, 30 balls each. So 40-41 to win, or 30-51, whichever way they want to go it in the 30 balls. That's what they need to do to just give themselves a little bit of hope that Royals beat the Raiders later on tonight and they get through to the playoffs. End of the 7th, it's 50 up for the Giants, 50 for 1.
Right, so top 4 teams, of course, will qualify. The top 2 will play the first match between themselves, and whoever loses that game will have an opportunity to play the winner of 3rd and 4th. And that's why this match is so important for the Giants. They get this chase in good time, give them an opportunity to maybe get that 4th place, depending on the results of the Raiders match. Hasibur Rahman
got the score from 8.4 from here now. That's what they've got to do. And when they've got to do is when they get an opportunity to get the boundary early on, take it, pressure on.
It's a good effort from Airbars down backward square leg. Won't be able to stop the boundary. Good start to the over. 4 of those 8 runs required per over from now on. Taking care of first ball.
Take them when you can, however you can. Like you say, 8 runs and over there, 5 from first couple of deliveries. If he bowls another bad delivery, put it away. Don't be worried about, because, you know, you've got to push a single here and there. Get the opportunity, and you think you can hit it out the park. Take the pressure on later on down the line. Don't leave yourself too much. Good, the fact that there's still something to play for. Even though Hunters, of course, they're trying to spoil the party. And the fact that the Giants on that, from that win yesterday, have now a chance to get in the top 4.
Inverec Solar Energy. Visit the Inverec Solar Energy social media pages. Get a chance to win exciting prizes. One of the very many sponsors that we have to be very gracious to.
So many things on offer for this Pakistan Junior League. There's chances of winning exciting prizes, millions, but also the fact that you can come in and watch some free cricket. Glad to see that a lot of school children and teams have come in. Working with you for the first time, Tino.
It's been a pleasure, Corky. Obviously seen you do a lot of work around the world, in Pakistan as well over the years. But it's not just great skill you possess behind the microphone, you're also quite handy with the gadgets and cell phones and that kind of thing, which I'm also quite grateful for.
And take a single, yep, that's... Oh, it should have been a single. I don't know what happened. Have a look at your studs. Here you are. Just giving away another cheap single. The 8 overs gone 60 for 1. Yeah, we'll talk about Decode official smartphone in a minute, but look at this. I'm not sure whether he... I think he does have a look to see if he's got... Oh no, it is on the side. So thankfully, I know I said get some studs in. That can be nasty. That's how I actually broke my ankle like that. Bowling, that I landed on my right side of my right foot, went underneath and broke my ankle in my delivery stride. So thankfully, touch wood, he's okay. Change of bowling then. Isaiah Torn, who was left out of the last game, back in today. It's the last 2 games. Not got a wicket yet. Economy a little bit expensive as well, so probably that's why he was left out, brought back in.
Yeah, all-rounder in the side for today. Probably more handy with the ball in hand than the bat. Partnership building up nicely. That's important. 34 and 27. $23 to Mumtaz and 10 to Aways, the contributions. But this will just make life a bit easier for the Giants if they can continue the way they have been and complementing each other well in the middle. Right left-hand combination as well, so just a little bit extra for the captain on the field to have to deal with.
Nice looking shot. Square drive, should pick up 2 because of the drive, no sent back. See, quite a good piece of fielding in the end.
Yeah, it is, but I think this is sloppy from the batters. They really should have got themselves 2 here. And I think that's the discussion that's going on between the 2 of them. Because they literally got into the other end, and then he has gone and picked up the ball and rolled. That's more than enough time for you to come back for the second. All of those things will help with trying to get this total quicker.
They just try to overhit that. It's a little bit of an inside edge. What's good about these 2 games today, there's still something on them. Even though the Hunters are out, we know that Giants have got a chance later on. The Royals can go top of the league, and we know how important it is to be in the top 2. Because you have 2 chances then to get through to the final, and the Raiders are trying to stay in the top 4. And even tomorrow's game, there's something on it. Oh, dropped. difficult chance that came back to him. He may have got a little paw on it, but it goes away for a boundary.
Definitely brushed that left hand, but it came back quicker than he expected it to. He didn't have time to get the full hand on the ball. It's a slow ball. And there, he's just got hand on it. Middle from the circle, goes away for a boundary. 6 in the over. 2 balls to go.
There's another one. I think another one if the non-striker's backing up there. I think there's a single there, even though he's taken one. That horrible thing when you get an inside edge onto your knee, misses the pad, hits that just inside of the knee, and it isn't very pleasant.
No, it's not. And you just can't get padding on that part of the leg. That part, the inside part of the knee, sometimes it ricochets into the ankle. But there's very little flesh there as well, so very painful. Never nice, that.
$129 for 8 shouldn't be enough, probably won't be enough. Good from the captain who brought himself onto bowl. 3 for 13. Ibtisam with 2 for 17 and reply 66 for 1. Captain once again like yesterday, he is leading from the front with the bat again. 27 from 21. They still require 64 to win the game of 67 deliveries, but they have to do it 19 deliveries quicker than that. 2 coaches. Get him. Oh, a lovely shot, Darren Sammy. It's like being on a golf course. Here we go. Well, he didn't show me that respect.
I was just about to say, that's a shot not synonymous with Abdul Razak in his playing days.
Overseas professional for Hampshire when I was there. He part of the team. Well, it's one of those days where you know when you see a football field, you just feel like you could just have a game. You know what I mean? Football on at home in England today. All the divisions from Premier League down to League 2. Who's your team playing this week?
Talk about that in the next over.
Okay, 9 overs gone, 67 for 1. Hasibur Rahman. Second over. Yeah, I like the fact they're saying 2. It should easily be 2 because he's got to get around and throw it in. Now I know you knew what who Man United were playing. It's Newcastle United. It's tomorrow.
It is.
Absolutely.
Indeed. So we'll be following that with a keen eye.
Is
now,
it
who's your team?
No, is it at home or away?
It's away.
It's at home.
It's away for Newcastle United.
Stoke City, my team. They play on, well, they play today. Preston North End. That is a blast from the past. Team that is in Lancashire, in the north of England. Andrew Flintoff is a big Preston North End fan. Man who part of that successful England team in the 2000s.
Just sense something's building. Thought it was. I knew they were looking for a boundary, and it's the big wicket of the captain, Uzair Mumtaz, who has wickets. A 50 yesterday, but he's out in the 30s.
Yeah, disappointed from him, yeah. That's well-controlled delivery. Snipping back into the right-hander, didn't give himself room to be able to execute the cut shot. Too close for him to play that stroke, and he goes for 31. He's batted well. Gujranwala, 71 for 2.
Chevon Daniel then, man yesterday with a 50 from 41 deliveries. Also another 50 in the competition in match 2. Floodlights are coming on. Sun is setting over the beautiful city of Lahore. Oh, just a little bit of spin kept down as well. I quite like the look of this Hasibur Rahman.
Yeah, it is the googly, but he releases it different to everybody else. Almost pops it out the front as opposed to coming around the back.
Outside the line. It's outside the line. I know they're excited. They're thinking they've got another wicket, but a good over. 4 overs gone. We're halfway. Now the Giants under a bit of pressure. 71 for 2.
Halfway through, 71 for 2. Azaya Torn. Today the batters are just finding fielders exactly in their positions. So here we are now. We've been talking about 16.5 overs to win this match, and the remaining runs are 59. So explain it to me, Sana. Where is Giants heading and what are they thinking?
Difficult to explain because they need to chase 59 runs in 40 deliveries from here in order to qualify for the top 4. So for the viewers, it's on your screen, you can see they need to win 58 of 58 deliveries, 58 runs of 58 deliveries. But in actual, for them to remain in the tournament, to be in the top 4, they have to chase this in 39 deliveries. The reason being the Rawalpindi Raiders, who are at number 4 and with 4 points, for Giants to overcome their net run rate, they need to finish this match in 16.5 overs.
That's what you can do. You can win yourself 10,000 rupees if you hit that board while batting. And Osaka Battery will give a reward of that amount for every shot that is hit on the Osaka Battery tonic board.
So to your question, Sikandar, Azan away, especially, he has to start accelerating now.
I'm not sure. Chevon Daniel is coming at number 4. Why wasn't he sent a little up Aspinwall was a gamble that they played, sent him to open, but he wasn't looking in any mood or out of sorts to be hitting the ball and using the power play.
Tom Aspinwall didn't waste many deliveries, but here he was 9 of 9. But Arslan Ash, he has consumed 27 deliveries at the top of the order and made 28 runs.
Direct hit would be trouble. And a miss. He scored 38 in the power play. That's also, what, a little more than run a ball? 36 balls, 38 runs.
He would have been out. And yes, that's the problem. As an opener, you can't be batting run a ball. Same was for Moiz Rana, who made 25 of 25, and same is for Arslan Ash.
11 gone, 74 for 2. The comparisons also show Hyderabad was sluggish but still better than Gujranwala. They should be quicker. 38 in the power play, 42 for them. Well, they've got 5.5 overs.
Hasibur Rahman is quite impressive. He has been in the Hyderabad Hunters team where they have not performed as a bowling unit, but he has got a lot of variations, at least 3 to 4 different deliveries, back of the hand, carom ball, and the lengths have been pretty good. The control has been pretty good.
We'll still have viewers that how this calculation is made. This is according to the net run rates at the moment on the points table. So Raiders have a certain net run rate, and the calculation says that if Giants scores this total in 16.5 overs or less, then their net run rate will become better than the Rawalpindi Raiders at the end of 13 games. Then the match tonight, Raiders have to lose that. If they win it, then everything else is irrelevant.
That's a good shot. Played it fine, played it late. The inside edge, but he also played it quite late. Hasibur Rahman won't be that happy.
Yeah, they need, as you said, around 10, a little more than 10 runs and over. So they've got 6. I'm just going to focus on that. 2 more deliveries to go. Can they squeeze in 4 more runs? And then take it over by over. Try to get a bigger over somewhere.
Yes, they need 10 runs per over to get that chase in 16.5. That's more like it. More attack. Maybe a couple of runs there. Good running. Aggressive running there.
Yeah, that's more like it. Siobhan Daniel is quick, and it was his call. He knew he's running to the danger end. He complete those 2, so that's more like it. Run the first one hard. Look at Siobhan Daniel running at the far side. He's the one who's prompting him for the second. Well done. Sweeps that one. Oh, misfield. Can they come back? That's why you say run the first one hard again. Good running. You put the pressure on. Not necessarily the throw is going to be accurate. So they've got first hurdle out of the way. 10 runs in the over. 84 for 2 after 12. And we also got the drinks break. Welcome back after the timeout. 46 required of 48 to win this match. Well, the wickets here. Aspinwall trying to reverse one.
It was a good review taken by Saad and Zubair. And the umpire had to change his decision. Important wicket there, and then Uzair, the captain. Hasibur Rahman getting the important wicket off the captain. So 2 wickets down. And that has been the story of the chase so far. Arslan Ash still there. He's started accelerating, 38 of 33. Uzair Mumtaz played a very good knock, 31 of 25. And Siobhan Daniel is there with Azan.
So they need to win this match in 48 deliveries, and they need to score 46. But to keep their qualification alive, they need to score the 46 of the remaining 4.5 overs. And that would be 29 deliveries. So that makes it around 10 or a little more than 10 runs an over. Let's play.
And the last over they were able to get 10 runs. So if they can keep the momentum, the Giants, the chase is on.
Yeah, that's a good run. Just every run. I guess the plan here, according to the field position, just seems like I think the first ball was a bit middle leg, and he didn't want that because there's nobody protecting the onside boundary around the cow corner or mid-wicket. It's got a deep square leg for the left-hander, as it's there, of course, coming in numbers. It's the holiday, weekend begins. So he's trying to keep it full and wide outside the off because Siobhan is trying to play that over mid-wicket. There's nobody in marking the boundary.
The pitch is staying a bit low, so maybe they want him to go across the line here. Maybe that's a ploy to get the big wicket of Siobhan Daniel. And the other thing can be Munib Wasif has given a lot of runs, so just a general defensive fielding there. All the fielders on the circle. You see there's hardly anyone coming for that single, so they are happy to give away the single. Change of field, fine, short fine going to Pine, and mid-off coming in.
See, that's the idea. He moved across outside the line of the ball, and that's the area I was talking about. He's eyeing for that, and he's done well because the angle is being taken away from the left-hander. So he improvises. Brilliantly done.
And that's more like it from Arslan Ash. He's settled. He's faced a lot of deliveries, using the crease really well. He knew where the bowler was about to bowl. He couldn't go outside off because mid-off was up. So he had to go within the stumps. Use of crease and use of wrist. Good execution there by Arslan Ash.
A good comeback as well. So now they've got 9 in the over. 1 more ball to go.
And this is the over. Munib Wasif for Hyderabad Hunters. His economy has been 10 throughout the tournament. So he's the bowler that they can attack. The spinners, Hasibur Rahman, Zubair, they are pretty good. So this is an over that they can really target. Change of field, long off, back, fine end.
And again, he should get another boundary. This is a good over. The over probably they've been looking for. Ends up with 13 runs in that, 97 for 2.
And you can see the dugout really happy. Munib Wasif with the slow one, and Arslan Ash picking it up really well. Again, this time he's using the pitch, using his feet down to the bowler And again, excellent use of the wrist to exploit that mid-wicket gap.
.5 overs to score this 33 to keep themselves alive in the tournament. Ibrahim Masood, the leg break bowler, has been brought in for the left-hander. This could be interesting. Usually you wouldn't want the ball to spin into the left-hander. He plays the shot with the spin. Does he have a good googly?
Quite an interesting move there, and you can see the urgency of Siobhan Daniel. He really wanted the double. And in the fun of the previous game, I saw Imran Tahir, who was the Bahawalpur Royals mentor, working with Ibrahim Masood. He waited after the game, made sure that he was helping the leg spinner.
Yeah, that's his 50. He's coming back for the second, and he'll easily complete that. That's a knock that was needed for the Gujranwala Giants, but job's not done yet. 100 also up for the Gujranwala Giants. He has to finish the game in favor of his side. He has to do it pretty quickly.
He's shown character. Before coming into this match, he had only scored 15 runs in 3 matches. And he walks into this game knowing it's a must-win match for the team. He scored a century in the under-19 final. So it does seem like he likes pressure. He performs under pressure. Good 50 here.
The 5 50s have been scored by the Gujranwala Giants. It's the first one from an opener. The rest of them have been middle order. Now my interest is now to the 29 runs in the remaining overs.
This can turn into a big over. Left-hander to leg spinner.
Oh, he's gone against everything. This could have probably been a wide, but he's dragged it back into play. Yeah, it happens. Desperation does arrive. So 5 runs in 4. They need a boundary.
I do think he was premeditated because he thought it might be a googly, so he's going for that reverse. There was only one fielder there.
He's been bowling well. He's not really allowing them to play the shot that they desire to with the spin. He's keeping it a little wide, so it becomes tougher to drag it from outside off. 6 runs of the over, 1 ball to go. Can they squeeze in a boundary somewhere? Siobhan. That's a brilliant over.
Excellent bowling by Ibrahim Masood. Very good over in the context of the game. After 1404 for 2.
.104 for 2. 6 overs to go. They need 26 runs to win this match. And we've been quite repetitive, but we'll still say it again. They need to score it in 16.5 overs to remain in the tournament. And then hope for Raiders to lose the next one.
That means 26 runs in 17 deliveries from here. Important over. Mohammad Zubair, he has been good with the spin bowling. 5 fielders on the leg side.
He's just been bowling into the pitch, haven't they? It's just becoming absolutely impossible to hit the ball away. Not getting that pace as well. Zig Motor Oil, unveil the real, peel the label to win via lucky draw. Every week, prizes to be won worth millions.
Zubair is an intelligent bowler. Whenever he thinks someone wants to hit big, he goes flatter in trajectory.
Big edge. That should go down for a couple at least.
And again, intelligent bowling. Arslan Ash, he wants him to take him on. So flights to Arslan, bowls a flatter trajectory to Daniel. Let's look at that. More flight on this occasion. Arslan trying to go mid-wicket.
Shot. That is maximum. You can just tell with the sound of the bat. Desperately needed by the Gujranwala Giants. Can Owais take them home in time?
And with his, again with the good hitting, his use of feet, he uses the crease really well. Arslan Ash is almost standing outside the off stump, takes it from there, plays it with the spin.
And again, catch it is a call, but this might fly over him as well. No, it's landed. Good catch taken. Pressure catch. And finally, Owais departs after going for 61 of 42. Is this the end of Giants at the PJL?
Mohammad Zubair Jr. flights it again. Arslan wants to go to deep mid-wicket again. Not this time, it didn't have the legs. Good catch in the deep. Munir Wasif with the catch. A very good knock by Arslan Ash. 61 of 43. Gujranwala Giants 113 for 3.
आफ्ताब इधर आएगा शॉर्ट में सही है छोड़ दो ऊपर हो
113 for 3. Mohammad Waqas, the new batter, in on strike. He has no time. He's got to go big. Off the mark straight away. They're happy with the singles. Or not. They can still lose the game with the singles. The game should be back. 16 of 31. It's just the qualification timer that's on them. Exactly 16.5 is what they say. 12 balls to go.
So 16 in 2 overs, basically. That's the equation for them. 16 in 2 overs.
Yeah, I think it's all entirely up to Siobhan, and this can also help. Isaiah Thorne has missed that completely. This boundary will surely have its impact on the result. 14 off the over, 15 gone, 118 for 3. It's just, they always say, finish the over well. And this time slightly short. Siobhan punches that one. Should have been stopped by Isaiah Thorne, but it's gone for a boundary. That helps the Giants.
Well, 18 then for 3, 5 overs left. Siobhan Daniel 12 not out, Mohammad Waqas just come 1 not out. 12 runs needed, forget 30 balls, 11 deliveries.
Yeah, that's exactly what they'll be focusing on right now. And a nice little spurt. Swinging from the hips, not quite far enough on the bounce. End result is just going to be the 1 run.
Yeah, he just didn't run either. He was watching. Got to run and scamper. This is your opportunity now of possibly getting into the top 4. And before yesterday's win, you'd really gone. Played 3, lost 3 until yesterday. Scamper for every single run.
Oh, that's a bit of a freebie. He's just picked out the fielder beautifully, though, and that's a bit of good fortune for the Hyderabad Hunters.
Yeah, you could have picked your spot, couldn't you, really? Or let it go. Wide. 10 now.
This is all about having a better run rate, net run rate, than the Raiders. Oh, that's a good connection. Has it picked out the fielder? He has picked him out. A little bit of a celebration down there at deep mid-wicket also. So wickets are tumbling in the endeavour to pick up these quick runs.
Yeah, short delivery and just doesn't get it. Masood just bowls a little half tracker and really should have gone out the park. He should have just tried to get under it a little bit more. In the end, a good catch from Hasibur Rahman. Low down, good position, good hands. Hamid Wakas came in to try and finish the game and was gone for 2, 120 for 4.
Halfway through over number 16 now. Swinging straight away. It's gone very high indeed. Has it gone far enough? It has. That's a lovely shot. He thought he was out. He'd actually turned around. He's walking towards the pavilion.
I think he was looking at the flags and thinking, have I got enough of this? Should it have been a wedge or a 9-iron? He went 9. And I think you're right. He was turning around. It just seemed to go and go. Now then, a shot away from a possibility of getting in the top 4.
Now that's gone high. And on the bounce. A scamper 1. So just so they're all clear, this is, if they get this in 16.5 overs, they have a better net run rate than the Raiders. Then the Raiders must win the game coming up next. One ball left in this over. Looking to touch and turn, and they do that quite comfortably in the end. Yep, the throw wasn't quite good, so that's good running. A couple off the last. 11 off that over. 16 gone. 129 for 4.
Yeah, I think they know. Scores are tied. They just need 1 to win. And they have 5 balls to get that 1 run, and then they'll be waiting and watching this match 14 that's coming your way a little bit later between the Royals and the Raiders, and they'll be praying that the Royals just beat the Raiders. If they do, they're being able to turn it around. She'll be able to extend her stay.
And the rest of the Tromp family in Sydney, Johannesburg, New Zealand will be up watching in the late hours. One required, that's all. 5 balls to get it in. Big swing and a miss. First ball of the over.
Oh, surely they just can't miss. Another 3 balls and it goes down to the last ball. Surely. Stay calm. Watch the ball. Hit the ball.
Got that away. It's going to be a boundary. There it is. They have done it. The Giants have got up. They are delighted, of course, in the dugout and the changing area. Those 2 guys in the middle will be relieved also. Pressure was building up on them just a little bit, and the Hyderabad Hunters will be disappointed with the result. But really good stuff from the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants, well, they stay alive. 2 points, and the fact that they completed this run chase in 16.2 overs means that they will go equal points with the Raiders, but importantly, look at the run rate. They go above in 4th place. Game coming up is top of the table, the Royals against the Raiders. And if the Royals win, the Giants are through. Yesterday they were dead and buried, played 3, lost 3. They've won back-to-back games, led well by their captain. The Hunters, well, played 4, lost 4, work to do.
Saturday is a moving day, and we are halfway through the doubleheader today, so you can't go too far away. You've got to keep an eye on what's happening in the second game as well, because that is going to be crucial in the outcome of this table. But good work from the Giants. They can be well pleased with the performance that they have achieved to get through in that 16.5 overs. Inside that, if we have a look at what they did, Aspinall was elevated at the top of the order, and that didn't quite work out. AOS played really nicely for a 61 off 43. Mumtaz had a good game, 3 for 13 with the ball, and then 31 off 25. Daniel not out 15 off 14, and Majid not out 11 at the end, and that got them home. And a quick look at the partnerships. It was 27 for the first wicket, so it wasn't a bad performance. iOS was the man that was getting most of those runs. And the second was good with 44. The third was also good with 42. And the fifth was an important one of 13 runs as well, of just 5 balls.
Well, they tried to defend that total of 129, and they just couldn't quite get it. Not enough early wickets. Zubair Jr. 2 for 26, and Asibur Rahman with 1 for 27, and a wicket for Masood at the end, but not being really the tournament for batting and bowling in the Hyderabad Hunters.
Well, there was plenty on this game. As we look back at the match summary of match number 13, the Hunters winning a toss and electing to bat first, which in itself was interesting, because it certainly gave an upper hand to the Giants, because they could control things the rest of the game. The Hunters made 129 for 8. Top score was Saad with 43. Mumtaz 3 for 13. The Giants got there with overs to spare, and importantly just a couple of balls to spare to get that net run rate elevated away 61, and they got up by 6 wickets in the end. A quick look at that points table. So there we go. The Giants are now at number 4. The Hunters stay at the number 6 spot, and the Raiders slide from 4 to 5, and they're going to be up against the Royals, who are number 1 and already qualified. Alrighty, now we've got another game coming up not too far away, so don't go again far from your television screen, because this is going to be an important one. Before that, we've got the presentation coming up, so we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to have the presentation. And we've just seen the completion of match number 13, the Hyderabad Hunters and the Giants. The Hunters posting 129 for 8 with Saad, the top scorer, Mumtaz, the top wicket taker. And the Giants 133 for 4 it is. They got the runs and the required amount to get their net run rate up. And they get up by 6 wickets. Presentation time. Let's join Sukunda.
And the Gujranwala Giants have kept their hopes alive by winning the match by 6 wickets and within 16.5 overs. The Hunters have to leave the tournament without winning any game. Before we move on to the awards, let me introduce you to the guest presentation party, Mr. Junaid Zia, General Manager, Domestic Cricket, Pakistan Cricket Board. Mr. Rao Abdur Rahman, General Manager, Finance, Trans Group. Mr. Amir Almas, Sales Partner, Inverex Solar Energy. And Mr. Inamullah, Regional Chief, State Life. First of all, I would like to present the Best Batter Award to Arslan Ash for 61 of 42 deliveries. Mr. Junaid Zia will present the award for the Best Batter. Cash prize 25,000 PKR. Mr. Amir Almas will present Inverex Energetic Bowler of the Match cash award of PKR 25,000 to Mr. Uzair Mumtaz for 3 for 13. Excellent bowling by the skipper. His off spin, we didn't see him bowl much in the previous games, but he got the crucial wickets in a crucial match. Mr. Chaudhry Inamullah will present State Life Best All-Rounder of the Match cash award of 50,000 to Uzair Mumtaz again. 3 for 13 with the ball, 31 of 25 with the bat. A captain's performance in a must-win game for Uzair Mumtaz. Mr. Rao Abdur Rahman will present the Trans Group Player of the Match trophy and cash award 100,000 to Arslan Ash for his 61 of 42 deliveries. अजान हमसे बात ज़रूर कीजिएगा। इस मैच में आए तो ज़्यादा रन्स नहीं थे। इस टूर्नामेंट में आपके क्या सोच के आए थे बैटिंग करने?
सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं कि उन्होंने आज इस मौके में परफॉर्म कराया। हमें रिक्वायर रन रेट था कि हमें 16.4 ओवर्स में चेस करेंगे तो हम 4th पोजीशन में आ जाएंगे, तो उसी हिसाब से हम खेल रहे थे और इनिंग्स को कैरी ऑन किया अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
और आपने अंडर 19 जो डोमेस्टिक टूर्नामेंट हुआ उसमें भी फाइनल में 100 किया। इसमें एक प्रेशर मैच में आपने बहुत ज़बरदस्त नॉक खेला। किस तरह अपने आप को कॉन्फिडेंट किया? 3 मैचेस में परफॉर्म नहीं हुआ।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जो हमारा कोचिंग स्टाफ है उससे मुझे बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है। जैसे हमारे साथ हमारे मेंटोर हैं शुएब मलिक, उन्होंने समझाया, और इजाज़ भाई और हमारे फील्डिंग कोच मंसूर भाई, तो सारों ने कॉन्फिडेंस दिया जिसकी वजह से अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आज परफॉर्म।
और शुरू में रन बॉल आपने खेला, उसके बाद एकदम से आपने उसको स्ट्राइक रेट को बढ़ाया। उसके थोड़े से प्लान के बारे में कुछ बताएं।
वो ये था कि जैसे फॉर्म आउट थी थोड़ी सी 2-3 मैचों से, तो कोचेस ने कहा ज़रा टाइम ले लेना, और उसके बाद अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कैरी किया और इनिंग्स को बिल्ड किया।
चलें जी, जबरदस्त नॉक। ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द नेक्स्ट गेम, होपफुली अगर आप लोग क्वालिफाई करते हैं। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट साद बेग, द कैप्टन ऑफ द हैदराबाद हंटर्स। साद, टफ टूर्नामेंट फॉर यू एज अ कैप्टन। बैटिंग में तो पावर प्ले में सबसे बेहतरीन आपकी टीम रही, आप खुद बैटिंग करते रहे। क्या लर्निंग्स रही हैं आपकी इस टूर्नामेंट से?
बस हमारा जो मिडिल ऑर्डर था उस तरह जो हम लोगों ने सोचा हुआ था प्लान, उस तरह एग्जीक्यूट नहीं कर पाया। तो सब ने अब इससे सब सीखेंगे और आगे अपने जो है सब में कोशिश करेंगे सीख के आएँ।
और एज ए कैप्टन आपको क्या लगता है, क्या कुछ आपको सीखने को मिला? मेंटर्स भी आपके साथ, डैरन सेमी भी मौजूद, अब्दुल रज़ाक भी मौजूद एज ए कोच, तो आपको पर्सनली क्या सीखने को मिला?
बिल्कुल, जैसे कि आपको पता है एक बहुत यंगस्टर के लिए बहुत एक बड़ा इवेंट था और हम लोगों ने खेला एक लीग टूर्नामेंट, हम लोगों को कभी खेलने को नहीं मिलता और हमारे जिस तरह मेंटोर हमारे साथ थे उन्होंने काफ़ी कुछ सिखाया है, काफ़ी कुछ सीखने को मौका मिला हम लोगों को, तो हम कोशिश करेंगे अपने फ्यूचर के लिए में इसमें कुछ चेंजेस लाएँ।
और ओवरऑल आपकी अपनी टीम में सबसे ज़्यादा इम्प्रेस कौन से प्लेयर ने आपको खुद किया?
यस,
सब कौन से प्लेयर ने आपकी टीम से आपको इम्प्रेस सबसे ज़्यादा किया?
मैं अली नसीर ने अच्छी बॉलिंग में भी अच्छी उसने वेरिएशन दिखाई और बैटिंग में भी आपको लास्ट में दिखाई दिया होगा, एक अच्छा ऑलराउंडर है।
चलें जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच, टफ लक फॉर द टूर्नामेंट। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट द कैप्टन ऑफ गुजरांवाला जायंट्स, उज़ैर मुमताज़। उज़ैर, इम्पॉर्टेंट मैच था जीतने के लिए, ज़बरदस्त कैप्टन परफॉर्मेंस भी आपने दी, क्या कितना सेटिस्फाई फील कर रहे हैं आज के मैच के बाद?
जी, हमने अपना 100% दिया जो चाहिए था, हमने रन रेट भी अच्छा किया। अब अगला मैच है वो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, लेकिन जो हमारे हाथ में था हमने अच्छा अपना बेस्ट दिया।
और आज हमने देखा आपने खुद भी ज़्यादा बॉलिंग कराई, डैनियल से भी बॉलिंग पावर प्ले के अंदर कराई, इसके बारे में, प्लान के बारे में कुछ बताएं।
जी, बस मुझे लगा कि अब मुझे रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी चाहिए, बॉलर्स का वैसे हो नहीं रहा था, तो फिर मैंने लड़कों ने भी सपोर्ट किया तो मैंने अपनी बॉलिंग किया तो अच्छा हुआ।
और ओवरऑल टीम ने एक अच्छा कमबैक किया, थोड़ा लेटर ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट, जो रोल आपके कोचेस मेंटोर का रहा है उसको भी थोड़ा सा बताइए हमें ज़रूर।
जी बिल्कुल, प्लान वही हमारा मोमेंटम बना है पिछले मैच से, और जो हमने पहले मैचों में गलतियां की थी बस उसी से सीखा है और वही मोमेंटम लेके जा रहे थे।
बड़ा अच्छा कैप्टन्स नॉक आपने किया, वेरी गुड परफॉर्मेंस फ्रॉम द टीम, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस, और अब हम सबको वेट करना होगा अगले मैच का। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू।
सो दैट इज ऑल फ्रॉम द प्रेजेंटेशन डाउन हियर।
Sana, thank you very much. Okay, now just let you know what's coming up next. The Royals versus the Raiders, and there's so much on this game as well. Of course, the Raiders going to be very keen to win this one to stay alive. And this is coming up at 17:45 local time, and that's not too far away. So you can join us in around about 40 minutes' time.